Bit of a
That's the way
random
to
point.
do
Alright,
it.
alright,
That
Nathan,
would be
we're not
pretty
gonna talk about
good.
anything that you were talking about.
You're good to go. You're good to go.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been playing this like Digimon MMO with
Oh, my
Cody,
phone's my
where it
fucking
is
car.
literally just play through Digimon Adventure.
I got my phone in my car
But,
real quick too.
It's shittily translated from Korean, and it is a Korean MMO, so it's extremely grindy. And it's great. It's so much fun because it really leans into the cyber sleuth thing of like evolve your Digimon, but also you can only digivolve them once. You have a certain line they go through. So you would just kind of have to hope for the best that you get the right one. But the thing about this game is that you can't just, once you get to like a mega or something, just run with it. It will just run out of a resource on it. So you like eventually it'll just go, you are a rookie now, go build that resource back up. But there are farms in this game where you can just kind of stand there, let your over-leveled as fuck rookies just one-shot these things and gain their resource back. So what I've been doing is, while I'm just letting that farm, I'm playing a Slay the Spire run while that's happening.
No, that's fair.
That average
great.
MMO experience.
See, I maximize my autism by having one screen be Slay the Spire and the other screen being Uma Musume. So between clicks, I'm playing a turn of Slay the Spire and then just.
You're doing the exact same thing. We're just letting the auto game auto.
Oh no! Both are not auto games. I have to play both of them. I just do both at the same time because I'm a sociopath who's addicted to a mobile game.
Uma Musume, like at least when you're doing the actual like races, is pretty
Not
auto.
anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. New scenario drop called Mant, and it is the player breaker. From what people are saying, because you have to race approximately 35-ish times in a run. Now, mind you, there's not a lot of turns outside of racing in this scenario, and if you race more than 3 times, you can get negative effects. It's really funny, and by funny I mean ow. And also we have 5 borrows now, so that means it's like a fucking 9 to 5, bro. You just clock in for like 2 hours to get your Uma runs in for the day. But no, it's still a good game. I got a little tilty-wiltied at the old gotcha system last week because Fine Motion is a really important card, and the rerun was there, and that's great. And I'm like, cool. I already have. I only need like to pull like 1 Fine Motion and hit Pity once, and I'll be at like MLB 3, and like that's good enough because I'm gonna get like a card to like finish it off like next week, right? Perfect. It took me 500 pulls to get the 1 fucking Fine Mo I needed, but it's maxed now. It's maxed.
Great.
I love when gotcha games don't have.
Thanks, Games. I went from 90,000 carats. I have 40,000 now. I was down to 25. It was a little tilty-wiltied. But that's okay.
The game technically does have pity.
That means the next time I'll get lucky and get the card in 200 pools.
Mhm.
Right, guy?
Yep, definitely.
The odds for it, by the way, is literally there's 2 cards on the banner. I pulled the other card 5 times and max limit breaked it.
I see John has MBT playing Duel Links energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly. So fun fact, we are the finale of the finale of this well, yes, but the finale of this season of the podcast will come out will come out after the last chapter of Chainsaw Man Part 2.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That'll be.
I need to catch
yeah,
up on
I
that.
also have to catch up on it. Don't worry, Michael.
It's certainly.
No, I do. No, I do.
No, I do. I'm already this deep. I do.
No, you don't.
No, here's why I have to. I have to because I need to.
People said this ending is going to be bad because
so
they dislike the second to last chapter.
I have
to do it so I can prove people wrong.
I have to weigh in because I've been saying since the start of part 2 that I didn't think we needed part 2. I thought part 1's ending was spectacular, and like even from the beginning of part 2, I was very wishy-washy on how much I would enjoy it. But I was gonna finish it because I have started this journey, and I'm not gonna fucking. For me to drop a manga more than 100 chapters in, you have to do something so terrible.
Someone has to die,
like not even that. Like just has to be the worst thing on the planet.
You don't get 100 chapters in to run a girlfriend. You get 5 and realize Cheater's already rejected.
Realize it's bad.
Like,
yeah. But like exactly what Michael said, I need to know how bad this will be. If it will even be bad, because the same people who I see saying this about Chainsaw Man are the same people who are like, it is a curse because JJK's ending was bad, Kaiju number 8's ending was bad, and Black Clover's
Hoshinoko's
and
ending wasn't
well,
very
yeah,
popular.
I'll get
I'm
into
not gonna say it
those.
was bad. I'm gonna
I'll
say
get
it
into
wasn't very
those people, but like
popular.
particularly this crowd is like, of the big shonens, JJK, Kaiju number 8, and Black Clover have all had bad endings. One, Black Clover's not done yet, so they're fucking idiots.
Also,
it's
they're
about
wrong.
it's about to be, and like it
I
is.
imagine our next batch is going to be.
Yeah, it'll be the end.
Yeah,
but like
it
is certainly nowhere near, like, of those I've listed, like the worst one in my opinion was JJK's, and I still like JJK's ending.
That was fine.
I just
fine.
I just wish that there was more in that final build up, like from Culling Game on, of the stuff I really liked pre-Culling Game.
Yeah.
Which, like, I just, the manga pivoted in a different direction than I would have wanted it to. It was a lot more action-focused than character-focused. People who don't like Kaiju number 8's ending, I don't know what is wrong with them. Like, I don't know what they wanted, because it is literally exactly what you are pitched from the start of the story. Like, it nails the exact ending it sets out for you to get, like, to a T. So, I don't know what's wrong with those people, besides the fact that I firmly believe they just never liked Kaiju number 8, and they finished it anyway because they had started reading it.
Anyone whose issue with Kaiju number 8's ending is it shouldn't have ended there and it should just keep going and we just have more Kaiju battles needs to read Bakuman. Specifically the final arc where they make Reverse Seed.
Fuck, you're right. Bro, I understand exactly what you're talking about, and I hate that.
Yeah. No, but like, so I have to read this to be like, well, what is the, like, I want to see what the problem will be for me, because I imagine it won't be a completely satisfying ending for me when I read it, because I imagine I will have some issues with some things. But like, I just truly believe that manga readers, one, don't read the mangas they're reading, and two, just will never be satisfied with any ending ever. If more people were reading Elusive Samurai, I am sure there would be people who would be very upset with it. It has a great ending. It's perfectly good. People were upset with Kill Blue's ending, and I kind of understand a lot of the criticism, but also I thought Kill Blue's ending was really good for what it was, and I did not think that manga needed to go any longer. And I also, you know, you've heard me say on this podcast time and time again that I think saying it got axed is silly, because it does not feel like there is one argument of how, like, the story's progression feels like it got switched up a little bit. And even then I argue that's for the best, because the thing that it was kind of telegraphing it was going to do was going to be fucking boring for like 40 more chapters, and I didn't need that. But hey. So I'll be very excited to talk briefly about the end of Chainsaw Man, as briefly as we can before the finale of the podcast. Because I should be caught up to it by then, and I have to catch up to all the other bullshit. Because the only thing that I am caught up to on my list of stuff I am reading, and this is bad because you all know how much I was reading. The only things I am caught up with are Someone Hurts, Akana Banashi, Blue Box, One Piece,
we are,
and Elusive Samurai, but it's done. So like, and Black Clover, but that's not fair.
Shinobi Undercover and Kagurabachi and
Ichi.
Ichi have been cooking lately.
Yeah.
Blue Box has been cooking.
I gotta catch up
Blue
to
Box
those.
also been cooking, but like
I love this chapter this week.
everyone reads Blue Box now.
I was doing a really good job of keeping up with Hematen, and then I also just stopped. I'm
like 20 chapters behind.
I'm so behind on Hematen.
I'm one chapter behind on Murray Dragon, but that's okay because it's going on hiatus again, so I'm gonna scream into a void.
Yep.
Which is fair. The author has health problems, so it's fine. I'll deal with it. By the way, do you guys know that, because this got brought up in conversation about Chainsaw Man ending, do you guys know all the bullshit that Tabata, the author for Black Clover, has had going on in his life?
No.
He, like, in the time since it moved to Jump Giga and has become monthly, he, like, lost a best friend, he got sick, his wife got sick, his kid got sick, and I'm like, God damn, yeah, let him end this manga. Holy
okay,
shit.
Okay, could you rate this book real quick, and then you can have all the time you need.
Yeah. I'm like, I now understand why he wanted to go to Jump Giga really bad.
Yeah.
But we are an anime podcast, and we do have anime to talk about. And Austin is back.
Hello,
Back,
I'm not
Austin.
bad.
Austin's back. And Austin is caught up with things. So now my weekly stats. Apparently more than you made me think you were gonna be tonight, Sean. Jesus Christ! Don't do that to me.
I just like to double check. Listen, I just like to double check, bro.
I was like, he has to be able to catch up to everything because there's not that
like
many
5
shows. Yeah, I
shows.
know.
It takes
There's
like
not
30
that
minutes.
many.
It's fine.
That's not how math works.
It actually takes almost exactly 2 hours to watch a full episode of all
Not
seven
at the
seasons.
speed. Not at the speed
That
he
was how you
watches
guys
some
watch
of these
it. That was
shows.
how you guys watch it. Excuse
Yeah.
me. Excuse me.
He only watches like 2 of these shows at normal speed.
What?
Maybe.
Normal speed.
Maybe 3.
I watch them all at normal speed. It's just sometimes Slay the Spires on the other screen of Fate. That's about it.
Well, that's a really bad show to do that with.
I'm kidding.
Bro, I was paying full attention to Fate, and I was like, I don't.
We're
I don't
doing
remember
some
what the-
shit.
Well, I mean, fun fact, I do believe
My brain just goes colors, explosions.
I do
It's
believe
pretty, yeah.
we could just get into that. We are on
Yeah.
episode 7 and 8 of Fate because we're doing a double vote off this week, so we have doubled the episodes because we missed last week. But we should be set to finish out next week and the finale because there's only those left, so we should be a-okay to do those. But Michael, let's have fun again. Every time you gotta do 2 of these, I do not envy you.
Yeah, so episode 7 of Fate. I don't remember exactly where it starts, but whatever, unimportant. Episode 7, 90% of it follows like one major set of events happen, which is that the author remembered I needed to introduce True Berserker. So it does that. Through the new master Halry Vorzak. Maybe that last name's important. I have no idea. We don't worry about that. She summons what we learn as Berserker, which is some big mech thing. And then as this is happening, an Inferno homunculus shows up and goes, "Yeah, we got something to go do," and it brings her to a factory.
We'll get into it.
The subtitles fucked us on that one. I don't know if anyone else saw that, but subtitles certainly
we watch anime. We can't read.
I watch it dubbed. I don't get subtitles.
So we had the closed captioning on accidentally. It certainly does say who that homunculus is.
Well, yes. Later we do get a name for them.
It's more than who they say.
Yeah. Again, I assume there's a lot because it's Einsberg stuff. I imagine there's a lot more to this than we get in this episode. So we go to a factory. This is, I believe, the same factory.
Yeah.
Where
Oh yeah, John.
What the fuck is this guy? I don't know. Blonde guy with black eyes. Who has Herc.
Oh yeah, I didn't. We'll do that after this. I just realized. It's fine.
Who has a true archer as his servant. So he goes there. They go there to go deal with him, where he uses his domain expansion and turns the location into hell. That is essentially how they fucking explain it. He uses a bounded field and turns it into hell, or like a hell, or whatever. Stupid. they say some words. And here we learn that this homunculus, theoretically, this is the body of a homunculus that's a soul that didn't exist already. Exists even less. And has been filled by some godlike being that calls itself Philia. This being then just starts 1v1ing Herc. As our blonde guy goes up and shoots Halry Vorzak and goes, "You either tell your servant to kill itself right now, or tell me what it is." Where she then commands it to destroy the place they are in. And upon this thing showing up, all like 7 different people that are spectating this, including go, "Okay, Halry, what in the fuck did you just summon? You were just here because we needed a 7. Huh?
What have you done?
Because the way this one is explained, it's on the same level of power as something like Enkidu. It seems like. So I want to say they show Enkidu, and like they're like, "What did you summon?" And we see Enkidu and Gil flash for a sec. But yeah, this shit occurs here, and as this whole thing is going down, Francesca's servant, Truecaster, which we don't know the name of unless it's just Francesca. Again, Truecaster's the silliest character in the show right now. Shows up, does some illusion bullshit, goes, "Hey, stop it," and then we just never we don't get like a full thing here. Like we get Hallery getting taken out of this building. We see her kind of just like staring over the ledge.
I forget. Is it implied that Francesca and Truecaster make an alliance with them here at the end of this? I feel like they do.
Truecaster's able to get them to get a ceasefire, at least temporarily stop killing each other. I don't know.
We got alliances going on.
But yeah, lots of alliances happening. And there's probably something else that happened in that episode, but 90% of that episode is this entire thing with Hallery and Philia and such. Episode 8, we get some more time with Clan Calatine, because some of the members have to go get new noble phantasms. Essentially, all the ones who are here that actually want to stay. They aren't like, yeah, we kind of got fucked in that last fight. I don't want to be here anymore. These servants are fucked. So they go talk with Falsecaster. He makes more noble phantasms for at least the one of them. For he has a name, Jean Wingard, or John.
Yeah, good enough.
Blonde boy.
Gives him a prosthetic arm too.
Yeah. And we kind of learn this is absolutely a thing that would tell you a lot about who this character is if I knew anything about playwrights or authors. Because he has like a whole spiel about how he watched the performance of Hamlet, realized it, and once he read the actual Hamlet, realized the one he watched was some like bastardization of it. And so like that probably is a really big tell. Man.
I'm a lit
False
guy.
Caster's a funny guy.
I'm a lit guy, and like my gut guess is that he's like T.S. Eliot, but I don't have anything to back that up besides the fact that T.S. Eliot has like a couple of accusations of plagiarism under his belt. And like time period wise, it feels like the vibe matches, but who's to say?
Who is to say? We get a little bit with Ayaka and Sigma and that whole False Assassin. We get the group that's all in that mansion. We have Sigma kind of tell them, "Hey, I know where Jester is," and also he lies to them about the identity of his servant because one, he could say literally anything, and and he lies to both of them and fucking Faldeus that or Faldeus is how they pronounce it. That his servant is
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin, yeah. And he is one of my favorite lines. I've said this on the show like 5 times. I fucking love it. And they go, "Oh, Charlie Chaplin, I like that guy. Can I see him?" And he goes, "No, he's an actor. You can only be seen in movies." And I'm like, "Damn, that's a good one."
The boy's thinking.
And then most of this episode is actually Flat focused. Flat goes in just Aura Farms for about 15 minutes.
He really does.
Him and Jack show up at the
police station,
and they go, "Hey, we're gonna sneak in." They do some shenanigans with Jack having duplicates and being able to change form and appear on like 3 different monitors of the cameras. And as this is happening, Jack also then goes into the room with Orlando, where Orlando goes, "Oh, you're trying to impersonate my like second in command." And Jack goes, "Yeah, you got me. Too bad it doesn't matter."
Flat's also in the corner. He just emerges.
Or like also I'm behind you, and also I'm over here, and also I'm you over here, and also.
And then Orlando goes to do his like thing where he does a bounded field and summons his beasts or his magical beasts. And Flat just goes, "Stop."
Nope.
And then they stop. And he goes, "Anyway, so I'm not here to actually fight you. I'm here to make a police report because Flat is stupid." And
It's
he's the best
fucking
character in
funny.
this entire show.
It really
Um,
is.
So this then leads to him kind of getting involved in all the stuff with Tsubaki, who is the child that is the master of false rider.
Oh yeah, false, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because
True Rider
True Rider
barely
is the
exists.
Amazon.
Yeah, barely exists.
Yeah, True Rider hasn't shown up since that one. We don't know the master of
know,
True Rider yet.
Drives me
Yeah.
crazy.
Just like some,
We're not done introducing
we ever
characters.
learned the master of Rider in
No.
whatever, unimportant.
I don't know about Sadai, but I know we haven't learned it yet here.
Yeah. We also get Flat meeting the members of the church, as in he goes and talks with Hansa, and him and Hansa are bros instantly. Hansa's a dork, and Flat's a dork. So this all ends with essentially everyone is on the same night, all converging on this hospital where both Tsubaki is held and where Jester has been staying in child form. And also Hercules is there on Cerberus.
Except maybe Gilgamesh isn't coming to this. I don't know if he has
Maybe not.
anything. I don't know if we had any confirmation that Gilgamesh is gonna pull up for this fight.
Well, I guess Gil and
Gil and
Enkidu
Enkidu.
don't really have a reason to be here.
Well, Enkidu really wants to kill this false.
Oh,
This,
he does
this
want, yeah.
false rider, so he might show up. But and by proxy, I guess Gilgamesh might show up.
Yeah. Well, and I also think Enkidu wants to kill Jester, because I want to see he also dislikes the existence of vampires.
Probably. That seems
like,
to be
false human
everybody's.
bullshit. People don't like vampires. They don't like it's false acolytes or whatever they're calling them, or dead acolytes.
Dead apostles.
Yeah.
Dead apostle, that's the word.
Yeah. Here, let me do some things.
Fate did a whole lot of bullshit.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Thing with Fate is that no matter how much bullshit it does, I am so beyond in on whatever is happening. No matter how
It's
little
just
I
sick.
understand, I just want to see what's happening.
I just want to know what the fuck's happening. That's my problem with this show. Like I've had that since the beginning, and it's like even when I try, okay, let me rephrase that. I do try to pay attention to the show. I really do, every week, and every week I'm just left going. But like, what are we doing?
Well, we're
Is this
set.
a 2-core or is this a 12 episode?
I think it's
This is
only
supposed to just be like a 13.
13.
Yeah.
How?
One single battle.
14
way.
with the.
There's no
well,
way.
Again,
I imagine it.
Hey, it's
How is it
14 with the initial
13?
episode.
There's 9 light
I don't-
novels. There's
I
no
d-
way.
yeah, I-
Oh, are there 9?
It's
Is everyone gonna
probably
die in the
no.
next episode?
It's probably
I do
not
imagine we're
going
losing
to.
a decent chunk of servants. this
It's
next
probably
episode.
not going to resolve this season.
Probably not.
But yeah, it's not slated for 2-core. Which to be fair, there is a really strong argument of all of our shows that will matter after this week's vote on. Which who could know what those 4 could be? I think I think
me.
3 of them for sure are not coming to are not covering their whole stories. The only one there that I'm not positive about is Journal, and I also really don't think that's going to finish its
Yeah.
story. I'm sure there is more than what we're gonna get. But I can tell you as a person who's read Polar Opposites, oh my god, they would have to do so much to finish it.
They could just
Sean,
pull
you
Horimiya,
watched
you know?
Horimiya, right?
I know. It's not like Polar Opposites is long, but like it's
There's a lot of shit we gotta
it's
do.
like close to 50 chapters, and we're not that far.
I wish
like,
we got more polar opposites.
we're
Just what they
Yeah,
have.
unless they're doing a Horimiya, we're also not near the end of which is 57 chapters.
yeah. And I am
11
I am
volumes.
almost certainly confident Sentence is still ongoing.
Oh, for sure.
So, and for all I know, Witch might be ongoing.
Actually, the manga for Journal with Witch is finished.
Okay, cool. That's always nice. No, I mean, what I will say is I'm really excited about, like, a huge, like, clash battle and to see what's going on. And there are interesting things that this show does kind of, like, feed you throughout it. One of those being that, like, there is somebody in the clan that is a rat and is giving it to, or Mafia Boy, who's in charge of, Archer. Hercules. Which is interesting, and I'm curious to see if they go the obvious route, which is they make it the guy who we've been given the most information about. They pick the other member of the clan who seems like they are likely to be, which is the girl, or they just make it Orlando's right hand, which, like, those are like the only 3 options I see. unless the answer is it's false caster, which God, that'd be so fucking funny if false caster is a rat. But no, I'm really excited about this. I'm really liking the dynamic between Ayaka and Sigma. I think they're really interesting to have together. There's just gonna be so much that's gonna happen next episode, and I don't know if my brain is ready for it. It's gonna have to be, because I don't think this show's going anywhere. That would
we also
be insane.
Well, I guess it was in like episode 6. We got the thing from Elmalor going, "Hey, what is Ayaka doing there? Why is her hair color different? That's definitely the girl who was in my class that one time." Huh? And now Elmalor is connected because he talks to Orlando in episode 8. Something's gonna be happening. Ayaka is important. Maybe possibly now.
So, by the way, for quick reference about Polar Opposites is 65 chapters. It's longer than I remembered it being. It is 65 chapters, and the next episode we are getting lines up with chapter 25. So no, we're getting almost roughly halfway through it.
Wait, Journal with Witch was also monthly release. So
That
it
makes
is
sense.
nowhere near.
Yeah.
It released in a monthly Josei magazine. So it's actually a Josei property. It's like the first time we've liked a Josei on this podcast.
Look,
That's
it's a
not.
good Josei.
I don't think is that true?
See, Josei isn't very common to get anime. I think it's
Look.
by far the least common of the 4 major things.
Just remember, the last Josei we had on the podcast was Love of Kill.
That can't be right. Honey
Really?
Lemon Soda had to have been before that, or had to have been after that.
Honey Soda is absolutely a shoujo.
Yeah, it's a shoujo, not a Josei.
This list has both. That's why. Aha.
Ah.
Hold on.
Again, that's the thing is that
Yeah.
Josei isn't very. I think just generally not a very common thing to be in like a manga form. I want to say those probably are more often in novels.
Why is Secrets of the Silent Witch flagged as a Josei?
Really?
I could see it, I guess.
I see the vision.
I
See, like
see
with
the
You in the
vision,
Rain
just-
feels like a Josei. That one actually feels
Yeah.
like a Josei.
So technically, Sasaki to Miyano.
That one in my brain also feels more.
That's
Okay, I guess it is less about the romance and more drama, which would lean it more towards Josei than shoujo.
Life Lessons, which is a really funny one to also have flagged.
okay.
That's for everyone can watch Life Lesson with Therapy Chiody's son. That is absolutely a like seinen and josei. That's just for adults because that's the thing that doesn't work for kids.
Wow, a lot of the
Or young adults.
villainess shows are flagged as Josei.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
We got off topic.
Yeah, that is just like self-insert for people in the josei. So yes, I wanted to be in my visual novels.
I know this is probably accurate because when you think about the structure of the show, but it's blowing my mind to see Hagakure as a Josei.
I guess.
Hagakure, I mean, like, it's all guys. So, like...
Yeah.
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 But it's also, like...
crazy. It's also not good, so, like...
It's very yaoi-coded in, like, the worst ways.
I want to say yaoi does tend to be on the josei
occasionally
side.
bleed.
Yeah.
But, no, Fate. Back to Fate. We got
Anyway.
derailed. Mech's cool. Neat. Crazy. The fuck we doing with that?
Like,
Oh,
I mean,
even if this
so,
gets, like voted off, like
I'm
for
gonna
somehow,
finish
so-
it.
I'm
finishing it
very
tonight if it
interested
gets
to see,
voted
like,
off
how-
tonight.
Yeah.
where this goes. Like, it's gonna be
I don't
a
think it's
very
going
fun
tonight.
episode 9. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go tonight.
No,
I'll
so
be
this
really
has
honest with
consistently
you.
been because like me and Sean watch everything together. This has consistently been the show I've watched by myself beforehand every
Yeah.
time. Because I'm just like, I want to watch Fate. I'm just like sitting here on my computer, I'm like, I want to see what's gonna happen.
So like,
So, like...
go ahead, Mason.
My thing is, I'm wondering if we're gonna do the we're doing funny fate things of. They said you can pull a servant from any point in time. They never said the past. I'm wondering if it's like a future servant,
Future. Holy shit.
because I know they've hinted at doing that before in the games, but that's about it. So I'm curious about that.
They're
Yeah,
gonna
with the
they're gonna
way
throw
they're
it
doing
as-
Francesca, I think this true caster might just be Francesca, but gender bent in the future. Like
Parallel universe.
maybe not even gender bent. Maybe that just is a girl actually.
It's gonna be the current. They're gonna
Well,
summon Barack Obama.
So here's the here's
Austin,
the
shut the fuck up.
that here's
Be a-
the
that'd
With
be
his noble
crazy, like-
phantasm drones.
no that's
Yeah,
Barack
yeah,
Obama is
it's
just
like
the master of
caster.
true writer or yeah. No, so like the interesting thing about True Caster is that I am pretty sure when we see the flashback for Sigma, Francesca looks like True
Well, no.
Caster when she greets Sigma. Like she's
Okay.
wearing the same attire, like she has the same hairstyle. So like I'm not sure what's going on there.
I guess when I think back to those, I thought those were a lot more recent in flashbacks. Those weren't
Yeah.
barely even like flashbacks, and that was actually just true caster in there with Francesca.
Well,
with, like,
well,
both
no,
of them in
because
the car.
the scene I am particularly talking about with Sigma is when his village is burning. Like the very
Mm.
like the very what's supposed to be the this is his recruitment moment.
Okay.
I'm like fairly confident it is. It is.
I'd
they
have to go look
Yeah,
back
you'd
at
have.
it.
Yeah. But like in my head, I feel pretty sure that they were dressed the same way as True Caster.
Yeah.
But it
Again,
still
it
seems like
would make a
was
lot of
Francesca.
sense for this to just be Francesca.
Especially since Francesca seems to be fucking an eldritch horror. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
Yeah. And they're just the VTuber Kiwi. Like I don't.
Fair.
True.
I guess real quick. I
Just like if I was aware.
have a power ranking. I forgot about that, but I got a power ranking.
Oh, no way.
Yippee!
You might-
Oh.
I will say about this power ranking, this would not look this way if we had done last week.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because Journal with
yeah.
Witch would absolutely be my #1 show. Like the episode 8 of Journal with Witch is a very phenomenal episode. I am not going to like this is really one of those weeks
We'll
where
talk about it.
I also and
Yeah.
again the same thing. I also think I would probably have had Fate at 3 last week. But having these 2 episodes of Sentence together, I think really does wonders for it, as opposed to talking about them individually. But we'll talk about those when we talk about
We
those.
do get a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Not.
yeah, we do.
We just get a lot of the 2 girls existing and being awesome.
That's the wrong place to be. Do we have other thoughts about Fate we want to talk about?
Pretty sure go bird.
That's
Makes
fair.
neurons fire.
Then we are gonna be moving on to Sentenced.
So Sentence. So in episode 8, we are still in the city of
Yeah.
Which one's it? Of Luff, I think is what it was. So Kivia and Xylo had just finished trying to lure out the heretics. They get no, that's at the end of it. So they decide to kind of go undercover, and investigate the cities and stuff, and try to kind of go to like the ruffian bar and be like, hey, we need someone murdered, like bad guys. To which Kivia, fantastic acting, just absolutely nails it, crushes it. To which they're invited upstairs, where they run into Xylo's fiance or former fiance, who is waiting for them, Frenchie. Meanwhile, Dota is sent to go kind of spy on basically like the just like the adventurers guild of the city that is basically under control of some entity that we're not sure of at the time of this episode, who's kind of playing them and controlling the city from within, because we know there's like a mole of some kind of demon in the city. So they meet with Frenchie upstairs, into which the children army of siblings of the mayor or the head of the Venture Guild is coming to kill them, and mainly focusing on trying to kill the goddess who's not with them at the time, which they correctly sniff out. Decide, hey, this is the best way to do it. Let's just make a lot of attention and just bring them to us. Problem solved. In classic Xylo fashion. To which both girls in the next episode agree, this is classic Xylo fashion. This is his brain. This is how it operates. And he goes, they're getting along. Good. And so finally, chaos ensues. They're fighting a bunch of the guys. Originally, it seems like they're starting to just like kind of like knock them out and beat them up and win the fight, right? And then reinforcements arrive for both sides. A giant Fury troll arrives, and then Xylo's party of heroes arrives, and people just start getting fucking blasted. I mean, just like our king just knocks a bunch of bombs off of the roof and starts blowing people up. You have Jace coming out and just stabbing people with a spear, and everyone's just getting fucked up. Lidio, who is the guy that they're trying to snake out, tries to make his escape in a crowd amongst the panic. Gets captured by Data. And the demons that were working with him, the what do they call themselves? The integrators or whatever. They had a word for it they used. But either way, kind of go, well, he's gonna give us up. Well, let's just go kill him. We can't have him given too many secrets. And of course, in classic anime fashion, as he's just about to reveal more important information, he says a name that's very important. Kiwi goes, wait, and then the building starts exploding because another hired mercenary who's got a cannon for an arm is just fucking sniping them from like on top of like the city walls.
Definitely not Guts, we promise.
Yep. Lidio tries to escape through the sewers, runs into one of his siblings, who's definitely not a demon possessing his dead sibling's body, because that would be too convenient for the plot to kill him here. And gets killed by his sibling, who is actually the demon who's like in charge of everything, or kind of running this, like at least this version of the Shindig, who gathers up this new hired mercenary, Shiji Bao, and Bujum, to go try to kill the goddess. It seems like in the next episode. Also, very brutal scene in the sewers where he gets just like stabbed through his stomach, and she goes, "Well, yeah, your siblings are right over there." And it's just a pile of fucking children's corpses with blood splatter. I'm like,
fun.
Oh,
yeah.
wowzers!
Fun fact about this scene.
Fun.
He comes down the sewers, and you see Eerie there, and I go to Michael. Oh man, they're gonna turn that corner. There's gonna be a dead pile of children bodies. And then they go through this whole scene, and it pans out when she says that, and Michael goes, there's the dead child bodies. I knew it was coming. I knew it from a mile away that there was just gonna be a room of dead children somewhere in that sewer.
But yeah,
I really like a lot of what's going on here. I like that Xylo is a problem. And you have so many layers.
These women's problem.
But you have so many layers where Frenchie and Kiwi are like, we need to do this in an organized and like understandable way. And Xylo goes, no, we're just gonna fuck shit up. And then
Xylo goes, fuck it, we ball.
And then all of Xylo's people show up, and he goes, no, that's so much worse. People are gonna die now. And they do. And they really do.
They do
this whole town gets fucked up so bad, and Xylo's like,
he literally goes, guys, you lose. Just hand it in. And they go, fuck, we should probably hand it in. And Xylo's party shows up, and he goes, well, too late, guys. So I tried to warn you. I really did. And then people just get fucking slaughtered.
For me though, the highlight of these two episodes, because I think we get the start of it in episode 8, and you see like the payoff to it in episode 9 is the turnaround with Dota. Because oh my god, is this kid not someone I cared about until this set of episodes where they decide now you are allowed to know his backstory because you needed to have what's his name? You needed Veneten's backstory first because and Michael said this and I agree with him. It is much more impactful to have the lines to. It's much more impactful for Dota to deliver. There is somebody working against the prince and against our country, when you know Venetens and you know he's not lying. Because it really does change the entire tone of the conversation with Dota, where you're like, oh wow, he was doing something good, and like, and he
knows too much.
It's also really interesting to see who of our party got like the council vote and who of them got the very quiet interrogation room. And I get it seems like it comes down to who had the more public crime is probably what it really is.
Who's gonna be the most? We need to label this man a heretic before something goes wrong.
Yeah. But to get the payoff of him just slipping in behind the guild master and being like, "Yeah, sorry, bud. I got no choice on this one. You're fucking coming with me," and it's just so clean, dude. It's
the Hidden Blade got me.
Him just going like full Assassin's Creed on it too, where it's just like you're like Dota hasn't done shit but steal shit and get drunk the entire fucking thing. And honestly, after hearing his backstory, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like after revealing that he knows the truth and just be like, well, we're fucked. I'm just gonna drink myself to death, and like what, let myself get killed enough as a hero that I can forget the horrors that are going on. Basically,
a really cool thing was pointed out to me, by the internet, that this goes back a couple episodes now, but there are legitimate moments in this show. I didn't see if it was in this fight. But there are times where you see that Tetsuya moves his hands in ways where it's very clear. You saw this too, Michael.
Yeah, the Tatsuya theory. Yes. I do know about the Tatsuya theory.
There are clearly some movements he makes with his hands that if you had the visual for it, they would almost certainly match up that he is using a menu interface. To continue to build into the idea that he was someone who was isekai'd into this world. I'll try to get the I'll try to
just died so many times the hero.
I'll try to pull it up for you guys later so that I can show you what I'm talking about. But that's
I did know about the theory that he is isekai'd in like and he's like an SAO type game.
Yeah,
because it's like very clear, like that menu design with the sliding down.
Banger as hell, bro. He's just what happens when ReZero goes wrong, bro.
As if ReZero isn't
Yeah.
doesn't go wrong on a norm.
Hey, he gets to kiss at some point. That's pretty good. He dies about like 300 times. The bunny scene is bad. Anyways,
we have a lot of bad things building.
Doesn't he die
really
like
good.
300 by the time episode like 4 is done?
Technically, he dies like over 100
a-
times before the first arc resolves, but the anime kind of skips over it.
Yeah.
The light novel is way worse for him, and the
It's
enemy's bad. The enemy's bad. Again, season 2, bunnies. That's all I gotta say. I still think
That's
about that
season
episode.
1.
Was it season?
Wait.
Oh, it was like second. Was it? No.
No,
It was like
okay,
start of
sorry.
season 2.
No,
Early
it
season
is
2.
start of season 2. I know which one you're talking about. I've mixed it up with another thing.
Yep. Anyway, Sense to be a Hero though, I think it's really good. It's doing some cool things. It's progressing. It certainly is similar to Fate, where sometimes it's just like, ooh, action go pretty. But my small monkey brain goes, ooh, action go pretty, and I understand it.
This is what I want to kind of give this over Fate a lot, is that I feel like the through line of like a lot of the background mystery is a lot clearer on like the stuff that they're building with Kivia. I'm really interested in, because it seems like they're going to pull the trigger on it a lot quicker than like the wait for Fate as well. There's also just like
The thing. Let's go ahead.
I was gonna say I also just think we've gotten a lot more time with our cast. Or it is a smaller cast by a dozen probably. That you get a lot of time with each of these characters. That like I'm starting to really like the entire cast here that we have. Where like I don't necessarily have that connection to like half the group in Fate. Though I do still really like a lot of them.
The thing too is this feels, while it has a complex narrative that has a lot of moving pieces, it's still followable.
Yeah.
Fate's is less so.
Fate certainly is a whole bunch of bullshit.
Fate sometimes just kind of feels like it's complex for the sake of being complex. I know it's going to resolve a lot of it, but I can't see that happening anytime soon.
Like
So
the thing about Senses to be Hero is that like the progression of the plots is like much simpler, but like not that's like a good thing.
Yeah.
Like it's way easier for me to follow and understand and like appreciate like the increase in like lore about each character that we're getting from like arc to arc.
And also revolving doors it's cast a little better. Whereas like
Mhm.
everybody in Fate is like still constantly important. Like you can't kind of leave any of them out of the big picture because of how like the structure of Fate works. Whereas like with this, they can sideline a person and like we're not getting anything with
Rhino.
well, we haven't met him yet.
Sov literally
Yeah,
has
Sov-
been like non-existent
Sov-
this entire arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Norgel's
Evie,
entire existence this arc is him making comments to people and them going, what the fuck are you talking about? And
I
then by
forgot
the time
one
things
thing
are, they're
too.
like, okay, we'll follow you.
They
Yes,
also
sir.
talked about getting someone out of like
yeah,
prison or
they're,
something,
they're,
or
they're
releasing
trying
them.
to get Rhino out because they think they're going to need him for this. Which
Yeah.
I think I agree they might. I don't
Probably right.
I don't think they have enough people to match up 1v1 with the enemies they have.
No.
And also based on the way the opening visualizes Rhino, he seems to also be one of these people with a giant arm cannon.
Yeah,
We do love people with giant arm cannons. That's true.
it is rad as fuck.
They're pretty
But yeah,
cool. They're pretty cool.
These episodes, Frenchie and Kivia are both wonderful, and I adore every second
Dude.
they are on screen.
Mhm. They're
Like-
fantastic.
I
Like,
love
they're just wonderful.
I love all of Xylo's wives.
Yeah.
He's got
Again,
two arms, one for each
funniest thing
leg.
happens. I think it's the beginning of episode 9.
One on his shoulders too.
You get like a flashback with Kivia. Maybe not even a flashback, but you have Kivia's like uncles talking.
Yeah.
And because it's a family member, they don't call her Kivia because that would be weird to call this one of your family their last name. And they're saying her first name, and I'm like, who the fuck are they talking about? Because her first name is silly. Fucking Pataushi.
Pataush.
Or-
Patosh.
Patosh.
Yeah, it's just fun.
So good.
And that means we get to talk about pain.
Speaking of Shogun,
Yeah. Mason.
so Journal with Witch, episode 8, we have kind of the fallout of the journal that Asa's mom left her. We start off with the rehash of the conversation that Makio has with Kasamichi about like, okay, I'm going to give it to her. I just don't know when I'm going to give it to her. And Asa hearing this. And then we cut to a few days later, and Asa's like leaving for school, doesn't say bye or anything, and Makio catches this and goes, "Hey, like, have a good day at school. I'll see ya." And Asa goes, "I'm heading out. Bye."
Okay, bye.
Makio like heads back in, and it turns out a couple hours later, Makio gets a text from Emery, where she goes, "Hey, Asa didn't show up. She said she has a cold. Is she like okay?" And Maki goes, "What the fuck?" She went to school. And Makio has a conversation with Asa's teacher, where they kind of just talk it out of like, "Hey, this is kind of a normal thing, probably. Like, she hasn't really like ever skipped school, but also she's dealing with a lot right now, and she's kind of like lashing out a bit. She let's talk to her when she gets home." And Makio goes, no, I'm gonna go find her actually. Hey, Emery, you where does she go? Where does she hang out?" Emery's like, I guess we get boba tea sometimes. She's like, "Awesome. Hey, Kasamichi, hey, lawyer, come help." So the Kasamichi and the lawyer come and help. The lawyer's driving, and we get like this bit of Kasamichi talking about his childhood and how bad his dad was, and just kind of like, oh yeah, my dad was just kind of like didn't really show a lot of emotion. The lawyer's like, that's not okay, dude. Your dad should have talked to you, and like it really probably caused some problems and some like generational trauma. You should discuss that with somebody. Kasumichi's like, oh, okay. And then they get to the boba tea place.
And then we have the world's greatest cut ever, where they talk a little about Asa, and then it cuts to all three of them with Boba around her.
Yeah, it's great. And Asa's just pissed. And eventually, like they're all just like, okay, we're glad you're okay. Like, let's get you home. It's fine. And Asa and Maki are like heading up to the apartment, and she's like, a lot of people really care about you, Makio. They showed up for you. They don't give a shit about me. And Makio's like, what the fuck, kid? They do care about you. Come on now. She's like, my mom never like, I can't figure out if my mom loved me because this journal never like told her. Also, why'd you hide this journal from me? And Makio's like, I was gonna give it to you. Like, I literally, John, you're muted.
She knows why. She heard them talking about it.
Literally.
Like, literally heard exactly why she was hiding it from her, but she's so in her own head about it that she forgets this.
Yes. And that's the thing, is like, Makio takes this pretty calmly of like, Asa, I was going to give it to you. I just didn't know when I should. But very clearly, you should have it now, and like gets it out for her and like gives it to her. And all the while, Asa's like, how can you live like this? You're such a slob. Like, what the fuck? And Makio's like, saying mean things to me is not helping. You don't mean this. Just, what's wrong? Like, what do you want me to do? And Asa's like, well, my mom wrote down that she loves me very much, but like, I don't know if she did. Like, I don't know if that's a lie or not. Makio's like, that sucks. I can't help you. She's like, no, just, you need to tell me something. And Makio's like, I'm not going to lie to you. I can't tell you that I know what your mom was thinking because I don't. I haven't talked to her in 5 years. I cannot give you the answers that you want. And Asa like storms off and gets mad and leaves.
Was this the episode where she just says, basically, she's like, I can't tell you, like I can't guide you, basically. I can just be here for you, basically, is what she says. Or something like that. And it's like, I forget the exact line because it's been like 3 weeks, but like that line hit so hard.
She basically tells Asa that, like,
so fucking
look,
good.
I am not your parent. I'm just your guardian. I'm not here to raise you or like give you these things, but I can be around you and talk you through them. Like, I can be here and give you advice if you ask for it, but I can't just tell you what to do, and I can't tell you things that I don't know myself. Asa does not take this well. She almost breaks her mug that she got from her parents, but she doesn't. And then we cut to Asa like laying in bed, and she pulls one of Makio's books off the shelf and starts reading it. And it's this passage about how this main character in this book was a dragon rider and had just lost his dragon and is walking on the beach, and it's like this really emotionally resonant, sad discussion of grief after loss. And the whole time Asa's going, how can you write like this and tell me you don't understand my like what I'm going through? This does not make sense. Is like saying this in her head, and eventually she just breaks down and starts crying. Makio hears this from the other room and comes in and sits with her and goes, hey, what's wrong? And Asa goes, my parents are dead. And like finally kind of accepts it. And just starts on her path to healing, and Makio just kind of holds her. And that's episode 8.
I think
That's just one episode.
Yeah. We'll talk about this after we get through 9.
Episode 9, Asa goes back to school finally. the cover is that she had a really bad cold for like 10 days. And she gets back and she sees that there's a first year in the band club that gets to join the main band. And she's pissed about this. She doesn't outwardly show it, but she's pissed about this. Because she's like, no, this girl's got everything. She's in the band. She's in the band.
She can play a sick bass lick.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we also start the episode with a flashback to 5 years ago, where Makio is hanging out with a bunch of her friends, and one of them is talking about how she's just given up on being in love. Like, it's just whatever. I don't care anymore. And then
this episode is all over the place intentionally.
Intentionally,
we'll talk about it. Yeah.
We bounce around in time a lot. It's like there's
three different
four separate points.
3 or 4, yeah, different conversations.
3 or 4 separate points of like time. So our main story is Asa is dealing with like, how do I do something for myself and like kind of let my emotions out? And she starts writing lyrics for the band. And she goes to Makio and is like, hey, I want you to read these and tell me what you think. And Makio's like, are you
He sure as hell ain't my daughter.
Yeah. And reads them is just like, okay, so like...
She blushes as she reads it.
Yeah, it's great. She's like, you certainly have a lot to say. And Asa's like, that's not what I mean. She's like, well, you're unfocused, and you have like 6 different subjects that you're talking about. Focus on one of them. And she's like, no, that's not what I mean either. She's like, I don't know what you want from me. And she gives this line of, look, if you're going to be writing anything, write with the intent to kill. And Asa's like, huh? We then, there's a point where Kasamichi comes over and like takes care of Makio and Asa for a second. And then we cut to another time, like a couple weeks later, and Makio has her friend Juzo?
Something
I
like
think
that.
that's his name. Who's also an author. And is Asa's kind of mean to him, and he is mean right back. But basically, just there's this like discussion of, I'm trying to.
I don't know if
I'm currently like.
I don't think that he's mean. I think it's that I think he is witty.
They banter.
And
They're
his
very
witty,
like banter.
Yeah.
Like all of his wit is very caustic, and like, so I don't think he ever takes offense to anything. I don't think he's ever trying to offend Asa. It's just the like his personality is like is very interesting. But like the meat of it is like that they talk about like height as one thing. Because like he refers to Asa as shorty. Like more as like a age thing, as like being a kid. And Asa takes it as, hey, I'm not fucking short. And he's like, well, yeah, you are. I'm short. You're short.
You are. Though.
But the other part of this conversation is like figuring out like how you know what you want to do with what you want to do with your life and like your job. Because that's like what every one of these 3 conversations we have is about, like direction in life. And this part, Asa's like, I don't know, what does she say? Cause she's like, I'm gonna she says something, and the response from him is, oh, you're gonna fist fight life, huh? You're just going at it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
He also like he has a discussion about how he feels like he stole his mother's life to make his better, and it's like this discussion of just building on the backs of the previous generation. Like, you need to move forward.
And it's kind of parallels with the Kasamichi side of things too, because while he's like comforting Makio, he has a part where he talks about like he explains about how like he got his job at the bank and his dad didn't care. but his mom, he describes the way his mom reacted, which almost he explains it like she used to work at the bank before she got married and had a kid, and it almost like implies that she was upset that he essentially is doing what she wanted to do with her life. So there's the mirror there on their side of things.
The thing that she says as well, he's like making these jokes about like them being short together and that they have something in common, and she's like and she keeps like pushing it back. He goes, no, let's be like shorties together, and her response is, no, I'm going to be the person I want to be. And it's the point of her going, oh shit, fuck, what do I want to be?
Yeah. And the other thing going on here is the cut with Emery, where they're talking with Makio in general about like, how did you know you wanted to be like, you decided to be an author, because they're looking at like courses to take when they go to college, and like, and they deliver one of my favorite lines of the episode, which is yeah, we're debating about science and lit. Which one did you take, Makio? Jeez, I fucking wonder which one the author...
Yeah.
I wonder if the author took fucking chem. I don't
Makio,
think
did you go
so.
to the sciences?
She took advanced AP biology, you know.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
We end up getting like a
God.
bit of all of these sections kind of converge, and it's all these different points of like Asa thinking about it and her going, I don't get any of it. I don't get what they're talking about. And we get the desert like visual again of them being like a camel caravan like passing by as she's walking through the desert.
This also has the bit here, which I think is really important because I think it reframes the entire last like 3 episodes from Asa's point of view. Where she's like, it's like everyone's talking to me in a foreign language, and it replays the line delivery from the end of the journal from her mother, where it's Asa, I love you, and it plays it backward. It plays
But
it
in
backward,
reverse.
yeah, in reverse for us, and it's like this idea that and like the show hints at it beforehand, because I think when Makio is going over the lyrics with her, like we get a narration from Asa, which I think is the first time the show's ever given us a narration like this from her, where she essentially is like, I didn't get what Makio was trying to tell me here, and I wouldn't get it for a really long time.
Eventually we kind of wrap up like the Makia with her friend's story, and like we are now in the present, with Makio just going like, I really tried to figure these things out of like who I am and like what I'm doing with my life and what I want to do. Maybe someday I'll figure it out. I haven't yet, but some point. It's this nice touch of like you don't have to have it all figured out.
Most
which
adults
is nice.
don't.
I like it.
Most
Yeah.
adults don't. There's a lot of really cool. One of the things I really like about this episode is the framing. Like the entire episode's framing being, you open with one of Makio's friends having an epiphany, and like the entire premise is that Asa is like getting to the point of eventually probably going to have an epiphany about like what is it she wants for herself. And this is the episode's called Intersection. And so like this is like this episode would be incredible paired with next week's episode. I'm almost confident. like if we had those two together, it would be insane, because this really is like a build up of everything is coming together for it. One of the things Michael's probably going to talk more about the scene because I know he fucking loves it. In fact, he almost flat out told me he thinks it might be his favorite scene of all anime.
Yeah, it's also a like immediate seeing.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
the novel scene at the end of episode 8. Yes, it is that. Yes, it is that. Asa is like, how do you write this character who is grieving? But it's also very much that one of the lines in the novel is essentially the character going, I am alone now that I do not have this person with this dragon with me, and I do not know I do not like to be alone. Like, I do not
it
like
can-
this feeling that I have. And Asa is reading that going, Makio, you lied to me. You said you don't.
understand loss.
You
Yeah.
like. Well,
Yeah.
well, no. Makio's like, I like to be alone, and yet she's writing a character who is alone and does not enjoy it. Like, she is writing about a concept she has told that she has told Asa that she cannot help her with. And yet here she is looking at it in a character done in a way that is literally tearing her to pieces.
And on top of that, it's not necessarily grief as it is a different form of loss, right? Based off like the novel versus like Asa's. And
Yeah.
so it's like she's seeing it from her perspective of like, oh, this is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on with me. What do you mean she doesn't understand it? This is exactly what I'm experiencing. How can she not help me with this? Whereas from her perspective, she has no right to do that. A, because she's not her mom. She said that a million times. She's not her mom. She's not going to pretend to be her mom. She's not going to pretend to be her parent, right? She's going to be there for Asa. And I think the best line too, like I said, was like, it's like, I can't do anything for her. I can't be her parent. I can't teach her these things. I just have to go with what her parents taught her and hope it's enough, basically. Because she is not a parent. She's not her daughter. And like, from her perspective, never will be. So it's just a matter of like, what can she do to make Asa's life, I don't want to say as painless as possible, just as like functional as she can in this time of like strife, right? And so it's like, to me, it's like different interpretations of this character where it's like, oh, I haven't written about loss. I don't understand that because it doesn't affect me. When this writing is her form of grieving or processing, she just doesn't necessarily realize it because Makio's also socially inept. Which kind of snowballs on it. Sorry, I kind of tangented there for a second.
No, you're good. We also get a line when again I'm gonna run off the fact that I think his name is Juzo. When her friend
It's Juno.
Juno. Yes, that's right. When Juno shows
Juzo, yeah.
when Juno shows up, they say the line to Makio, this is the kid. I can't believe you fucking did this. And essentially looks at Asa and is like, you have no idea how like difficult this is for her, because like, what is this? She's not fit to do this.
Which, fair.
God, this is like
Not a mother by choice.
This is a really well done fragmentation of like 5 days in an episode. Like it is all over the place, but it makes perfect sense why we are getting the pieces we are getting, and like it's not overly jarring that like it ever lost me. Like I always knew exactly what we were looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The episode also does a nice thing where whenever it goes to like the start of
Yeah.
one of these segments, it does give you the day it's happening, which is funny because there is like multiple of them. You get like the midpoint, and then later you get the start of that scene. Because
Yeah.
like you get like the whole talk with Emery, and then the like back third of the episode, you get the hey, Emery's gonna show up tomorrow. It's like,
Yeah.
wait a second, that already.
Yep.
But yeah, I was fucking adore in episode 9 when she's showing it to fucking Makio, and she's like, "Come on, my parents are dead. I have life so rough, and my guardian right now is an author. I should be able to write the craziest lyrics you've ever seen. What do you mean I'm struggling
Oh,
here?"
good.
It's such a good line. It's so great. But yeah, the final scene of episode 8, the fucking book scene, because it comes right off of her almost breaking the mug.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking the music in this scene, her reading it, her realization through it's just so fucking beautiful. This is such a hard thing to describe why I adored this so much. Is 90% of it the music? Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
The music in this entire scene is wonderful and beautiful. It's so good.
Michael and I had a conversation right after watching this about like I explained to him that like the scene didn't do to me what it did to him, but I understand it because Violet Evergarden repeatedly did that to me constantly when watching it, right? And like I told him like I wouldn't be able to like put that moment on the same level simply because of the fact that like I rewatch and Michael's first jump was the umbrella scene from Violet Evergarden. I'm like, it's not even that one. It's the letters from the mother to the daughter. That episode, as I have gotten older, and the more I have watched that show, that episode hurts me significantly more than the umbrella one still does. I'm not gonna lie to you. That episode also hurts.
It's a matter too of like your family closeness too, right?
Yeah.
Some people are closer to family and view it as more
Yeah.
important to them than others. Like it's for me too, Sean. I'm 100% with you on that one. Like that episode is the
I cry every time
is
I
the-
watch it.
Sean,
Oh,
Sean,
yeah.
I actively was told by either Dylan or Painless. I forget which one it was. I think it was Painless. He's like, you are going to try not to cry, and you are going to cry watching the show.
Yeah, it had to be
And I
painless.
made it like
Dylan watched it.
I made it
later.
like 4 episodes, and then it was like, up, that's it, it's over. And then like every episode after that, like had me in tears at one point, or like every single one.
But to
Oh,
Michael's,
You did the same thing to me, John.
but
I
you
was like, if
have
you can
to.
try
Watch
not
it
to
together.
cry. I like you can try, but it's not gonna work. You're like, nah, I
Oh
don't cry
fuck!
at
I
shows.
can't.
And we're like
I can't
4 episodes,
rewatch-
and you're like, damn it, John.
To my
Yeah.
to Michael's
I
point,
can't rewatch this show for a while.
Yeah.
Fuck.
yeah. To Michael's point, like one of the core things
Yeah.
with Violet is also the music because it does it exactly right. Like and I will give this show all the prop. The soundtrack in this show is fucking phenomenal. Which is something it has in common with Polar Opposites, but they're using the music in the completely opposite ways. Like
Polar opposite.
yeah.
You could say the
Um,
polar opposite.
Oh my god.
What back to the conversation Asa has with Makio about the lyrics though. One of the things I adore about that scene is that it is Asa going, I want you to help me with this. And Makio goes, okay. Like first she's like, I want you to read it. She reads it and and Asa gets upset because she reads it and reacts the way she does. And then she goes, I want you to help me. And Makio goes to help her and she goes, that's not what I mean. I want you to help me in a
I want
different way.
answers.
And then so Makio then turns on like the novelist and critiques it from that point of view, thinking that's what she means. And Asa goes, no, that's also not right. And it's like, and it makes all of us go, what do you want from her? She's doing everything you're asking and giving you really good advice either way. And the answer is that Asa just wants somebody to tell her exactly how to do it.
She
Like-
just wants answers. She wants to know
Yeah.
how to feel. She wants to know what to do.
She
She
wants-
wants to know how to live her life because she just doesn't have that structure anymore.
Yeah.
It's completely gone. And like her mom was that direction. She's the one that pushed her to do certain things and it directed kind of what she should do. And like now that it's gone, it's just like someone tell me what to do with my life. I just don't know anymore. And my fail-safe option of who I could ask is no longer available. So it sucks. It's
All I can say is,
it's like and all this while she's like 15 and just entering high school and like trying to like talk about boys with her friend for once, and now her friend's shutting her down because she might not be into boys at all
or girls, either
so
of
the
them.
She's so gay. She is so gay.
hey,
So
hey,
Austin's on board for it.
you're right, but I am absolutely on board too after like the most recent one. I'm like, oh yeah, no,
Hey,
no, I saw
Asa.
it.
Hey,
I saw Asa like
Asa's been
leaning
staring at
on
that.
her, and I was like, oh, I see those eyes. Those are Yuri eyes. Oh no.
Asa's staring at that basis a little hard too. That's all I'm saying.
That would be hate fucking, and I don't think that's where she's going with this one.
Holy shit, John.
It would.
That's a read. I'll give you that.
Bro,
That's a
she
read.
fucking hates this girl.
I don't think that's. I think she hates what she
She's
has.
envious. She's
yeah.
envious of this girl. Fine. We'll use
I don't think we.
envious
I
as
don't
a
think we
big
know. I don't think
vocabulary
we know
word.
enough about this girl to say she hates her.
Oh,
But- Austin, are there things you want to say about this show, or do you want to go on?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. I plowed through that and then
Yeah.
and I was like, man, at least I'm not a teenager when this is going on, because doing this during puberty would fucking blow.
Yeah.
during MST. During MST, Austin.
Oh my fucking god. But no, this show still is just amazing. It's like, I definitely thought that it was like a little I won't say weaker, but not as strong as Polar Opposites, as we'll kind of get into right after this. But
again, I think
Like that's not to discredit like these two episodes. They were both very good like exploration of how Asa like thinks and is like feeling about all of these changes.
well, let's hop into polar opposites. So we have two episodes here. Episode 8, we have a sandwich. So our bread of the episode are Tani and Suzuki. And our meat of the episode is going to be Azuma. So our episode 8 opens with it is autumn. Suzuki wants to go take Tani to go do photos in photo booths. Because she desperately just wants to, because you can be in these photo booths and they'll put the filters on you and she won't look like a horrid goblin. So this is exactly what she wants. And so the two of them go, and it turns out the filters don't work on Tani, and Tani also doesn't know what the fuck to do in these photo booths because he's never been in one. And it's a little awkward for him. But they get the photos, and then they go out to eat, and Suzuki's like, I can't wait. We're gonna make an album with all of these photos. And Tani takes a photo of her eating the ice cream. She goes, no, you can't have that photo. You're not allowed to have that photo. Take that, delete that. And he goes, no, I like it. I'm keeping this one. And then when she pitches the idea of the shared album, he adds the photo of her eating the ice cream into the shared album. And she goes, no, you're not allowed to have this. And so that little date goes well. And then we see Azuma leaving work, and she gets a text from a guy who might in her phone be marked as X. I think it might be apparent from the text that he is an X already. But she comes into school the next day and she's talking with the gang and she explains like, yeah, like he just kind of hit me up and like it would be weird to like not talk to him, but like I hate everything about the situation. And Suzuki's like, you shouldn't let an ex just kind of like pop in and kind of walk over you. And she kind of like writes it off, and doesn't really take the advice to heart. But the group wants to go hang out, and they decide they're gonna fucking go bowling because they want to go throw a big ball at some pins. And so the party goes bowling. And as they get there, Tyra's freaking out because there is a group of people who was from the middle school, and he doesn't want to interact with them because his middle school was hell, and now they're all cool and they got girlfriends and they're here bowling. And like he sits down and like he's real worried about it. And Asuma's like, don't worry about it. They're not gonna come over here and say anything. I dated two of these guys, and they are two of my exes, and they also both essentially stopped dating me to date those girls. So like they're never coming over here. You don't gotta worry about it. And like Tyra gets bothered by it, and like he has stuff he wants to say to her, but he doesn't say anything, and they all just bowl and they have a grand old time. And then it's time for the train ride home. Everybody parts ways except for Azuma and Tyra because they take the same train home. And they're sitting there, and Azuma kind of talks a little more about it because they get back on the subject of this old group of friends. And like Tyra wants to kind of understand how the fuck this entire dynamic even happened. And Azuma explains how much of a fucking mess it is, and that she bumped into one of the girls and like she was like kind of pretending to be friendly with Azuma. And then, like, there's a pause, and Tyra's like, you shouldn't have to deal with any of this. This is a bunch of bullshit. And they're all just kind of choosing to walk into your life and, like, almost make you out to be, like, the bad person and, like, expect to just be able to stumble in here. And you're not letting yourself be mad. You should be fucking fuming. You should be so angry with them. Like, you should block them. You shouldn't give any of them the time of day. Why do you let yourself kind of get walked all over? And she kind of pauses, and she's like, I guess I didn't really think about it like that. And then Tyra panics in his mind. He's like, shit, I had no right to say any of that about any of her relationship situation. And then they show up at school the next day, and he goes to apologize, and she goes to thank him. And it's just that you get this nice little moment with them. And then we get back to our Tani Suzuki. Suzuki brings Tani over to her house. It's time for the her house date. And her mom loves this. Her mom's so excited. She turns on the Spotify ad on the TV. And And her mom's just
True.
like talking Tani's ear off, and says, he's like, Mom, please stop, you're embarrassing me, and also like this is too much for him. You gotta like reel it in. And she's like, we're gonna go up to her room, and thankfully, her dad and her brother are both out, so it's just her mom, it's just them having a good old hangout, and they're sitting in her room, and they don't know what the fuck to do. They're just sitting. Suzuki didn't think this far. She didn't really think about the what do we do once we're in my room. And so they're just kind of sitting there awkward, like across from each other, and Suzuki's like, "Can I sit next to you?" And Tani's like, "Yeah, get over here. This is fine."
Yes, the snuggle zone. Get
and
over
then
here, bitch.
and then the weather gets bad, and her dad comes home, and her mom's like,
Well, yeah, she was supposed to be out fishing.
Yeah.
Was the thing, and it was like storming that day, and I'm like, oh, he's not staying
Yeah.
out fishing.
so
he gotta go home.
her dad comes home, and her mom's like, "Hey, look, you have to go change because Suzuki's got a boy over in her room." And her dad goes, "What? She's got I'm like, she got a boyfriend? Wait, she got a boyfriend over in the room?" And then we cut back to them hanging out, and they still haven't figured out what they're doing yet. They're holding hands. They're sitting there awkwardly. They both turn to each other, so their faces are really close, and they go to kiss. No, they don't kiss. No, they don't kiss. And then they just kind of talk. I think they talk a little bit about like it is just nice to be with each other. And then they head downstairs, and Dad's there, and Dad's real awkward. And we get to the point. I think this is the point where Tani. I think we get the bit where Tani calls Suzuki by her last name, and her dad's like, "No. There's too many Suzukis here. You gotta. Who are you talking to?" And we get the first name bit out of the way in this episode again. And then they take their walk home, and they're talking about like, oh, the memories of like the sports festival or the cultural festival. Like when I think about the cultural festival, I'll think back to us. And Tani, being the smoothest motherfucker you've ever seen, is like, I think when I think back about like this kind of autumn day, I'll think of you. And Suzuki explodes. She's like, you can't fucking say that to me. I'm not in an emotional state for this. And we get to episode 9. And it is Tani's birthday. It's also Halloween, and then the day after it is Tani's birthday. So Suzuki's talking to Yamada and Taira, and she's like, I gotta know what I'm gonna do for this boy, because it's gotta be something memorable. What is like the most memorable thing you remember about getting as a gift? And Taira's just like, it doesn't matter what you get him, it matters that you love him, and that you express that and show it by acknowledging his birthday. And Suzuki and Yamada are like, whoa, dude, that was so mature and so deep. And Tyra's like, get the fuck away from me, please. I want nothing to do with you. And then we cut. Suzuki makes plans with Tani to walk home together. And then we cut to Taira just kind of walking in the school, thinking about birthdays. Tani talks to him first about, like, Tani is struggling because he knows people, like, celebrate birthdays, but he never knows how to react when, like, people come up and are like, happy birthday, dude, like as a collective. And so he doesn't know how he's gonna react to Suzuki, and he's worried the reaction's not gonna be up to her expectations, because he knows she gets happy when people react in certain ways. And so he goes to Taira. He's like, how do you react to somebody like when they're trying to make your day? And Taira's like, dude, what do you fucking want me to tell you? I don't know, dude. You gotta be genuine. And he thinks about it, he's like, oh, this was about the birthday surprise. And he starts thinking about birthdays, and his birthday was like 2 weeks ago, or some shit, like a week or two ago. And he thinks back to the fact that he got real scared because an announcement went on over the overhead, and a group of kids started singing happy birthday, and he thought it was going to be for him. And then it wasn't, and he kind of got upset about the fact that no one wished him a happy birthday. And then him and Ozma are taking out the trash, and she realizes it's his birthday, and so she gives him a sticker from her bread meal as a birthday present. And then it cuts to him staring at his wallet, and Ozma walks up as they're at the train platform, and she's like, what you got there? Oh, that's a cute little sticker. And Taira kind of gives her a side glare, and then she thinks about it. She goes, I gave you that for your birthday. That's right. It's so sweet that you keep that in your wallet. And then we get back to the birthday stuff for Tani. So it is the night of Tani's birthday. it's getting close to midnight, and Tani's like, I gotta go to bed, dude. I'm so fucking tired. But if Suzuki calls me, I'm gonna be the asshole who doesn't pick up because I'm asleep. So I gotta stay awake. And so midnight hits, and he's half awake, not even more like he's like 3/4 asleep. And Suzuki's like, I just wanted to call you and say happy birthday. And Tani's like, thank you very much. And she's like, you were asleep. And he's like, nah, I wasn't. And she's like, yeah, I can tell you were asleep. And Tani's like, it's fine. And then she's like, well, you gotta go to bed, so have a good night. And then she thinks he's fallen asleep as though she says she loves him. And then Tani, half asleep, tells her that he loves her back, and she explodes. And then they make the plan that they are gonna go on a birthday date for Tani, and he has to make the plans. She's not gonna make the plans she wants to take. She wants him to go somewhere he wants to go. And so Tani fucking panics because he doesn't know how to make a plan. Or how to do anything. Like, he doesn't want it to be something she doesn't enjoy. And so he thinks about how much time each activity will take and whether or not they've done it already, and he settles on going to a museum. A bunch of stuff goes wrong. They don't get to see certain exhibits, or the plan for after to the places to go to eat, all the fucking shit's closed. And they wind up getting foodstuffs from the stall. They get some foodstuffs, as Suzuki calls it. And earlier they also do a small little birthday cake. I forgot about this. Suzuki gets a birthday cake for him and then one for her to eat. And they also give Tyra a birthday gift because Azuma told them that it was his birthday a while ago, and it's cute. And Tyra gets shy in front of his boss about it. But back to Tani's birthday. So they're eating the food stuff, and they talk about how, like, Tani's worried that, like, this wasn't kind of the best day. And Suzuki's like, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I like going places to go places with you. And he's like, well, damn, it's the same for me. And so everything works out well. And they start, earlier when they're eating the birthday cake, she takes a bite out of his birthday cake, and their faces get really close, and she thinks that they might kiss. And so all that's on Suzuki's brain, this entire birthday set of stuff, is that she thinks that they're gonna kiss. And so they're walking on their way home, and they're doing their usual part, and she closes her eyes and starts to get close to him to go in for a kiss, and Tani hugs her. The man fumbles, the generational fumble of all time. Tani hugs her, and Suzuki still smiles, and then she gets up on her tippy toes and she kisses his cheek. And it's adorable, and Tani blushes, and she explodes as she runs away. Also, she's got fucking balls in her shoes. What's up with that?
It's like those platform boots that have a fish tank in them.
Yeah.
But it's balls.
These two episodes are pure serotonin, from our main couple and from our not couple. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about them. There's nothing going on over there. Don't look.
Dude, it's just peak, bro. So good, man. The main relationship's just the star of the show as usual. The episode before where it's just like him over the house and the whole time just going, yeah, this checks. I understand now. It's so my life coded because not Amber related, but back in college.
Oh god.
I had a roommate, and he told me once, he's like, John, my parents were up for, like, I was in band, so they were up, visiting for like a game and stuff, in our house and stuff. And my dad cooked like some barbecue stuff. And so my roommate at the time pulled me aside, goes, John, I never understood you, but now that I met your family, I get it. And that was the end of the conversation. But it's exactly this vibe with her family, and it just makes so much sense. And the same thing is in my life. Like, if you meet my dad or my brother, it's like, yeah.
Meeting your family the way that I did made you make so much more sense to me. Like, we were already good friends by that point, but it was just one of those, like, I met your family and went, oh, no, this all makes sense. This all tracks.
Okay, John.
I think Michael and I also
like,
kind of had this.
You're the one that's like the most grounded sometimes.
Yeah, I think Michael and I also had this, probably not to as extreme of a degree, but there was a lot of like, oh, yep, that's your mom, that checks out, on like both of our ends. I'm like, yeah, these family dynamics seem to make sense to me.
Now Suzuki's brother is adopted.
I don't think I've ever seen Michael more angry with a show than when Tani hugged Suzuki. He audibly got very upset and calm.
It was a generational fumble.
Yeah, I was
It
like, bro
it
fumbled
was.
it so
All
hard.
the time.
It's the fact that he does the double take too before he does it.
He's like, she doesn't
Where he
want
like
to
quick
kiss.
looks around.
Yeah, you're like, oh, he's checking to see if anybody's there.
He's going in. He's going
And then
in.
he just hugs her.
Boo, this guy stinks.
And then she's like, wrong answer.
Nope, I want kisses. I want kisses. Give me kisses, please. Give me
She's
kisses.
been thinking about fishes kissing all week.
Give kiss. Thank you. Give kiss. Thank you. Bye. It's so good.
So I'm also watching some people watch Kaguya right now. And
God.
it's realized
goodness.
in my brain that Tyra is just Ishigami. There is like
Yes.
they both do the exact
Yeah.
like there are similarities where they both spiral really fucking quick because of like middle school life not having been great. But they are very different people. But it
How
in
close
my
is Ino to Azu?
I think they're
No,
I
but
think they're
different
very
characters.
different.
That might be that. One might say they're
It is-
polar opposites.
Every time. I was about to make someone else didn't say it.
It's very funny just like looking at that the difference.
I love Azuma so much. And this is I think one of my standout moments from the manga I really like, and I think the train ride conversation between them here, where Tyra is just like, I don't get why you let people walk over you, get mad. Like, he literally essentially looks at her and goes, go crazy, go stupid, get fucking mad. What are you doing here?
Fuck their shit up, girl.
And I do think it says something that Suzuki essentially tells her the same thing earlier that day, but it does take until Tyra sits her down to say it, where she's like, hold up, wait a minute.
Hold up, even this guy's calling me out on my bullshit.
If you of all people are saying it.
It must be true. Poor Taita.
I love Tyra. He's grown on me so much throughout the season.
He's doing his best.
Did any of you
That was
watch
decent.
this last episode dubbed?
Oh,
Was it
yeah.
out
I
for
watched
you?
it today.
Okay.
Same.
Michael and
Fantastic.
I watched it sub. The sub was still really good. The sound effect that Tyra makes when Suzuki and Yamada are talking about like gift giving, he makes this noise behind the counter, and the sub is so funny. The cast still does a really good job in the sub too. Like all the inflection stuff Suzuki has in the dub is still there in the sub as well. Like it's so apparent
Hell
that it's maybe some of the words aren't the same. Maybe the lingo was definitely not as strong in the sub. But it was still a really good time.
Good show, good.
Good show, good.
So good.
Good show.
Oh, it's my turn. Yippee. Okay, show okay. So, if we're okay to move on to Tamo's
Yeah.
B-side. Interesting episodes here. So episode 8, we are at the beach where we're filming the Face Summer
God.
Vacation.
This feels like ages ago.
It does.
Yeah.
We're at the Face Summer Vacation special. In which we have Utage doing a lot of the work, doing a lot of like the runner stuff for the crew. And so Ori calls her in to come get the fans that he leaves inside their room because he's with Tamon, and has like a hard time where he keeps trying to win her over, and she's like, you're right, Tamon is the best. He is just so amazing, and we love him so much. She runs into Tamon on the way back out of there, and they have a little chat as well with him coming fresh out of the bath. And so she explodes in the hallway and then goes back to her room. But we also have the next day where they're filming on this beach, and they're like, hey, we need this one thing from the storage shed. And so Utage's like, I got it, I got you. She goes to the storage shed, and it closes behind her. And she goes, that's not good. And so time passes, and they're like, where is that prop we asked for? Where is that temp? And they're like, you did tell her to go to the correct storage shed, right? And he's like, huh. Oops. And And Tamon, being a panicky boy, goes and finds her first, and he opens the shed and he finds her, and then the shed closes behind him too. And then they both get trapped in there. They have a slight mental breakdown, where Tamon actually is the one that's rational and is like, "Hey, you need to be honest with yourself when you're having trouble, and like process it like a normal human," which is very surprising. Finally, they both get let out by, I think, either members of the crew or some of the other boys, and they come back around. Utage is apologizing about it, and then one of the directors goes, "No, yeah, it's kind of my bad because I was trying to get a good reaction out of Tamon, and that's kind of on me." In which Utage is like, "I will kill this man." But like I said, and then they have a little heart-to-heart on the beach where they talk privately about, not being able to do stuff from the summer. So he gets her like a little thing, and they get really close together on the beach. And because Tamon's so much taller, it looks kind of like they might have done an illicit act, in which Ori happens to see and goes, "Are they dating? Did they just kiss? I'm pissed. This sucks. Fuck the church. Here's 95 reasons why." So summer vacation goes back. They go back home. Utage finishes her summer homework because she is still in high school. We forget about this sometimes. She's a high school kid who is like a senior in high school.
Yeah, they're all high school kids. She's not a senior. She's like a year under.
She's
Tamon.
like a junior. She's like 17, right?
She's a
Like
second
17.
year.
Yeah, because Tamon and them are a year above her, I believe.
She's 17. Tomon's a year above. I think Ori's the same age as her. I think
Ori's
I
the
looked at
same
their ages.
age, yeah.
I looked at their ages one time, and then you have like Kato, who's like 23 or something.
He's he's 22 or 23.
Okay. So Utage is 17, Tamon's 18, Ori's 17, Kato's 21, Atsuki's 20,
21.
and Rintaro's 19.
Okay, not too bad.
But those are the only three that are like still in high school. So she's a junior, I guess.
Safe. So Ori, being still suspect, sees them run into each other in the streets again because Tamon sticks out like a sore thumb with a bag on his head. And Utage sticks out like a sore thumb with her Tamon merch on her head, and so follows them. Kato ends up finding them and says, "Hey, I can't have you two being a problem. Go study in my apartment. I'm gonna be gone for the day. Just fucking figure it out, right?" To which he just has the manager come pick him up to go do stuff. And he's like, "I need to give them time to figure this out. I just need to get out of here. I don't want to deal with this. They're gonna ruin shit. It's whatever." Tamon still wants Utage's support. To which he ends up going out to like get stuff for dinner and stuff. And then Ori makes his entrance in the middle of this and tries to get like some alone time with her. To which he turns on his like charm factor, and she goes, "Wow, good job. That was very impressive. Very cool." But Ori kind of gives up by the end of this episode and just accepts like, yeah, he's gonna play second fiddle, but he's still gonna try his best. He still wants his fan. He's like, "Damn, I think I like this girl. Fuck, shit." Which makes one of them that realizes it, but the other one is still a little bit yandere about it. It's been a while since I watched episodes, so I probably missed some stuff in there, but I think that kind of covers most of the stuff going on.
I mean, the big takeaway from episode 8, which in my opinion is why it's a better episode than 9, is that you get the end of the stuff. Kato?
You get Kato being like chill with him. He's like,
you get...
"I see that you're actually trying to not be a crazy obsessed fan like a lot of mine are." And she goes, "Yeah, I have heard a lot of your fans are bad."
Yeah, and it also lets him open up to the rest of Face about like he's doing this for his family. He does legitimately
care. Guy.
He does legitimately care about the other boy, and that's the takeaway. He's legitimately a good person, which is so nice to have out of this cast. Is to have a person who is generally a good guy who just has a couple of quirks that make him a little weird, but not like you don't want to kill him, which is really nice.
He's gotta make that money.
Yeah. I don't really care for Ori, even after this. There is a really funny flashback he gets in episode 9, where it's him as a kid being talked to by his parents, and his mom and his dad, the way they deliver the advice is the craziest sounding sentence ever, but it's actually incredibly important and like very well thought out, where they essentially look at him and go, "We are so phenomenal, you will always be in our shadow, and you have to understand this." And like it's the tone in which
never be better than us, basically.
The tone in which they deliver it sounds so horrible, but the message itself, like, it's so clear that it's actually supposed to be like essentially them going, "Are you sure you want to become famous? Or you like You don't have to. Everybody else in this house is, and if you're gonna do it, you just have to understand the ramifications of it. I like that part. I don't particularly care for his dynamic with her, so like I don't really care
No, I
about the
agree.
rest of it. But now we can move on to the other boys, I guess. Let's see what they decide
Maybe.
to do with them. I
Because
hate
I really like when you get in episode 8 also at the end of the section with like them getting locked in the room. The fucking when the whole gang shows up to be like, now hold up.
What's going
Or
on?
when the director's like, oh yeah, eto bleh, I rigged the fucking thing to lock so I could get some fake Tamon moments. And they're like, the entire group of the 5 boys goes, no,
We're gonna
we're
kill
all
you.
good actors.
You also
You don't need to do stuff like that. We will do our job.
They're also like, don't fuck with our temps. Like,
you get the really good scene where Utage is like, oh shit, this is really good. I should get out of the group shot, and she ducks out to go behind the
Yeah.
cast.
this is a great scene. I gotta let them
It's
get
so
the shot.
funny.
Yeah, I like how these episodes have finally like placed the 5 boys into the thing where you're like, okay, yeah, as much as Kato and Ori are constantly like
Yeah.
nagging on
Tamon?
Tom, I'm trying to remember what the
Utage.
fucking no, I'm
Utage?
trying to remember Tomon's actual name.
Oh.
The dad
no,
didn't want to call him Jimehara because I can't remember what the fuck the first
Kumihara?
actual sound is.
Lumihara.
Well, no, it's not because that's the same. The
Fukuhara.
Gloomy and Jime are the that's the
Call him
fake name
Tamon.
Utage
Tamon
gives
is
him.
his name.
But yeah,
What is his name? Yeah.
what's his first name? But he's
Yeah.
called by his last name.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not because Utage is the one saying it. But yeah, like even though they nag on him constantly, it's because they do want to see him do better in this role. Because for that entire time, he was the center, and he is still arguably the face of this group. He is one could call it the face of face. Also, really enjoy how we got in these episodes we got a new nickname, which is when he goes edgy mode. We have the English subtitle goes Dark Hara, or in
Yami.
Japanese they say Yamihara,
Which
It's
is
a
so much
better.
It's so
version
much
than
better.
Dark,
I hate
because at
Dark
least they
Hara.
have the 2 syllables.
Yeah. It's just
Is
I
it-
also just as a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, Yamihara is just phenomenal. It's great.
It's fun.
Yes.
He's become possessed by an Egyptian spirit. Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
There's a
An
strong
Egyptian
argument.
pharaoh.
they do kind of feel like
You
that though.
do.
Sometimes
You know when he's looking like the mummy in the ones, you know, maybe
You
he
do.
is-
True.
there is an Egyptian fair.
You just gotta give him a Millennium light stick or
Puzzle.
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Light stick is really good. You do get the moment where like Tamon yells at Ori and he's like, Italia doesn't like it when you flip your switch like that to try to get a reaction out of it. I know because she's yelled at me for it, and I'm like, I don't know if you've earned the right to make that comment yet.
I don't know if you know that for sure. I mean, to be fair, he does start to like back off a little bit when she confronts him about it. Which again,
Yeah.
thank you, Otage. Thank you for bringing it up. It is a problem. Tell him to stop, and she does, which is like, oh, finally. Like, she told him to stop, like, being that, and she like clearly puts distance between herself, which is important for both like the main point of the show and also like in general for her safety.
Yeah,
But-
I'm still not sure what exactly the end goal for her is here because
Bro, she just wants to live
yeah,
for Tamon.
He just
to-
wants to stand in Oshi, and everybody's just making that hard for her.
She just wants to stay in Yoshi.
everybody else
actually.
wants to
I-
fuck.
I do not. I still just really do not care for Ori and how he's been
Yeah.
implemented into the story,
Yeah.
and it makes me uncomfortable, kind of like other shows that we've already booted off the show or off the podcast.
It certainly is interesting. Yeah, Ori's like big character arc end moment here is, yeah, I do like her, and I'm like, wow.
I don't.
awesome.
I don't like her as like a,
Crazy.
I don't like her as like a conquest. I like her as like a person. Crazy concept.
It's
Holy
like, okay.
shit.
I don't like her out of spite of Tom. What a crazy realization that is.
Mhm.
But, I mean, who knows though? We might see more of this show. What could possibly
I did see a
happen?
legendary
Could
preview.
possibly-
I did see a
Yeah.
legendary preview for the next episode on Twitter, by the way. That we since we're not gonna watch the show,
Hey, you don't know that.
The-
You don't know
Since
that.
we're not
How
gonna
could
watch
you
the show next
say
week,
that,
um,
John?
Whatever gave you that impression?
her teacher might or might not also be a huge fan of one of the characters in the show.
Are you kidding me?
I gotta watch the
It's like
next episode.
it's a little thing I saw on
Michael,
Twitter.
we
where
were
it's like the
probably
teacher's
gonna
passing in the
anyway.
hall, and she drops like the member exclusive like handkerchief for face, and she goes, "Oh, a fellow, what are they called again? They're not. I want to say,
It's
one,
eyes.
eyes. It's eyes.
Is it
I was thinking once,
E/YES?
I was thinking once because that's twice, but because hi. You know, it's called like an eye. She's like, a fellow eyes. And then they like do like she's like, who's your Oshi? And they say it and she says Tamon, and they just go, understandable. And it's like, another ally, we understand.
It's just the Witch Watch teacher, but for fucking idols instead of weebs.
It's awesome. It's hilarious.
I had
And
to
I'm very excited to
explain.
watch the full thing after this gets voted off this week and
I had to
just play catch up.
I had to explain to Michael that I think it happened in this episode, or in this set of episodes. I think it might have been last week it happened, but they do say the word twice, at some point during Tamon's, and it triggered here that I had to talk about it, which is that, and I don't know if Mason watches the series enough to know, but one of the Yu-Gi-Oh series I watch is DZ's one where they draft essentially from the sets. And DZ's editor is a huge Twice fan, and so anytime anyone says the word Twice, he inserts a clip of the group. Like, he just inserts a clip of them going Twice. And so that's the only. I had to pause the show with Michael because I started laughing, and I had to explain to him that I wasn't insane. I promise.
Sean, it's okay. Amber is a once. She's a big Twice stan. She has her own Oshi and her own bias. She's into K-pop, right? So she relates to this show very much, and I want her to watch it really bad. The funniest thing about it, and also can testify to this, but the funniest thing about it is the same thing fucking happened to me where I heard Twice and I got fucking flashbanged by like my head of just like all the Twice songs that get played in the radio when we're in the car, and I was like,
Leave me alone.
it was just like, oh fuck, no.
But that's besides the point. Austin, our last show for the
But enough
night.
about that.
Mayanaka.
So we've got so Nene's been asked by the drama club to help out with acting because she wants to be a voice actress, so it's good practice. She can't fucking act for the life of her because she has to think about every emotion that she has to go through, and it's just like not resonating with the lines that she's been given, which is like of somebody that's been like cheated on, effectively.
This episode's crazy.
and so
Forever, I forgot that was this episode.
and Arista's like, all right,
The NCR episode.
guess it's time to I guess it's time to put on the I'm helping you boots, and he's like, all right, we're gonna be in a relationship, but I'm basically gonna be with Iko the entire time. And you're just gonna have to learn these emotions as we go. So they go about their day, and Nene's just fucking third wheeling for Iko and Arisu the entire time, and like Iko's just like actually getting like all snuggled up with them, and like and Nene's just like, instead of like acting out, she's like, it's like, oh yeah, do the line. She's just like stone frozen and just like, I don't know what to do. What the fuck is going on? And something Nene goes back to the drama club and just like absolutely releases like just a slew of hatred just remembering the moment, and she's like, well, don't have to worry about that emotion now. And then she goes to Arusa's like, thanks for your help, I guess, but also when you and Iko bitched out on that kiss, I might have committed to it. JK, I'm just acting. And then in episode 9 we get an Iko episode where she's just looking at, definitely not Hololive and saying, "Oh my God, these guys have 3 million subscribers. I will never catch up to them." So she
Gives up.
so she
No,
tries
no,
to like
no, actually, she doesn't.
she tries to like do similar content to like some of these like top VTubers because that always goes so well. And we find out that she's like absolutely fucking horrid at horror games, you know, just like me. And to the point that like her viewers and the internet are making fun of her, and she goes like semi-viral over her reactions to the horror games. But in spite of that, she gets invited to this like a definitely not Mario Kart tournament, with a bunch of held by
Yeah,
a
Pokemon's there.
slightly not I don't remember if it was the VTuber that like one of the 3
It
million.
was a huge one that just
Yeah,
had the
it
3
was- it
million
was the
like
huge
one. Yeah, yeah.
subscriber.
Yeah.
And she gets kind of dicked on, and she's just kind of happy to be there, honestly. But the VTuber calls her. It's like, yeah, I kind of put you with a bunch of shitters. My bad. And then it's Eco's turn to like kind of fake out kiss Arisu, like they were kind of faking doing last episode. The episodes are we're back to like individual girl episodes, and like it's fine. It's like it's not like special, but like I think the NTR episode was really funny.
It
Like
is
the episodes are funny.
Yeah.
Like is it the best show? Absolutely not. But it was still entertaining nevertheless.
My thoughts every week watching Tamon for the last 10 weeks.
We watched this episode, and as the cheating episode kept going, I went to Michael. This is the craziest plot of an episode I've ever seen. Like it just
It's up there, man.
progressively gets
It just
more
keeps
and more
going.
insane. The fact that
Like,
all the
there's
girls
just-
are in on it is so funny. They're all like, "Yeah, let's
It's
fuck with Nene
insane.
so bad." They're
They're
like,
we
"This
can
will,"
tell she's got it bad. We gotta fuck with her a little bit and take her down a peg.
and then they're like, "Wow, we didn't think it was gonna turn her to stone. This is really bad." And they're like, "Wait, we didn't think Iko was gonna send it full sail. This is really bad."
Wait a minute. She's winning. Guys, she's winning. Wait, we gotta stop this, guys.
I am concerned a fifth girl has hit the tower. What are we doing here? They showed
that
a new.
girl's
They
so
showed a
fucking
new.
funny.
They showed a new girl. I don't like this.
Oh, we're not,
Oh no,
I was still thinking
I'm
the friend one from like the
90%
episode
certain.
before.
I am 90%
Oh, I know what you're
certain
talking
that
about,
is
yeah.
one of his sisters.
Is
Oh,
this
I'm
a super popular
almost
VTuber?
positive.
Is this
Oh
a
my
popular
god,
VTuber?
I'm
that would be the
almost
funniest
positive that's one of
funny.
his sisters.
I'll be honest, that would be the funniest outcome. Yeah,
Because
that-
it follows
the
the
funniest
bit.
outcome.
Like
Austin, do you know?
it makes sense.
This is the points that I have not like read
Okay.
any farther.
Damn.
I have not gotten I keep on like starting it and then just like not.
The problem is I can't even go and watch the next episode because I have no reason to have faith that we're gonna pull the trigger on this reveal next week because we still have to do the other two girls.
True.
I do like the idea that it's like
I'm shooting it anyway.
I
Strong
do.
problem. Problem solution. Vote it off. You get to watch both episodes and find
Oh,
out.
that's so true. Assuming that we all well no, because it's gonna be one episode per girl, so I have to get through the next 3 to get to it probably.
That's fine. By the time you
shoot
get
it
around
off
to
and
watching
read
it
it,
next
it's
week, it'll be
fine.
all
I
there.
mean that seems to be the recommendation from you.
Look,
Um,
weirdly, I know this is a show that is all about the voice, but I feel like the manga does this so much better.
It's yes,
Just-
like it's really hard to
it's not even really about
like
the voice,
you will
right?
never like part of it is just like we are hearing like fragments of like what Apollo like technically sounds like, and the reason it's been like a few years.
But it's just all like vocals layered on
just
top of each other.
just like very vaguely remembering what Apollo sounds like. So like any of these girls could reasonably be it. The problem is that we're given Apollo's voice, and it kind of takes a little bit of like the mystique out of it.
Yeah. I will say I do like the premise of okay, you do a thing for each of the girls, and then you do the episode where all the girls realize they like him, and then you go back and you do another episode with each of the girls where now they like him because the dynamic's different, right? Like it's not them starting to like them, it's starting to like him. It's them they all really like him now. So like now you do different. It makes it a little more fresh. I don't know what you do after this. I have no fucking clue. I mean, you run this into the ground because that's what these mangas do.
See, Sean, you think the show knows what it wants to do after this?
No.
No.
Got another thing coming.
No shot.
See,
Nah.
this
Nah,
story.
no fucking clue.
It's an unnecessary criticism because it's a thing that really doesn't matter. But goddamn, every time they do anything showing her VTuber stuff, boy does it show this person does not follow live streaming at all. What do you mean she's a small streamer who has something like a 10% viewer to follower rate or something? Like
That's not how streaming works.
It's
I
crazy.
just looked at Iron Mouse. The current number of her stream that is happening right now is 0.36% of her followers are currently watching this live stream. That, what do you mean? This tiny?
I mean, I guess when you start that small, there is a chance that it is that ratio. It's hard to tell because we don't have like a full
No, it's
number.
the fact that her
Do we?
she has 32K subs, and we get clips of her streaming where she has like 2.5K viewers.
Yeah, it's
If that number hits over 1,000, you have over 1 million subs.
it
Like-
makes more sense.
I said it's Twitch versus Nico Live,
yeah.
and even then, VTubers
Not-
are on YouTube 90% of the time, so
No,
they don't even know.
The easy answer is that she's getting botted.
The easy answer is that this
True.
manga very clearly
No,
doesn't actually follow
no,
VTubers.
guys, she doesn't have
The-
a peanut avatar.
The original thing here, I think, is
True.
that she starts with the audience being the school, so it makes sense earlier that like everybody who is watching, like who follows her, is watching, because it's like it literally is such a small sample size, right? But by this point in the show, it's completely different.
It's also crazy that she will just live stream from staircases. Like, what do
And
you
no
mean?
one bothers her ever.
Also,
Brother,
the fact that Yawabuki also just never audible when he's constantly talking in the background of these.
Exactly.
She just
How
mute-
unpopulated
the
she
is
mutes
this?
fast-
craziest monk ever.
She
Listen,
mutes fast
Mason, her
enough.
sound design, insane noise gate.
Okay, but
Yeah.
like even with a noise gate,
It's
No,
a
I-
stairway.
She is actively
it's a
talking to
stairwell.
Yamabuki during the secondary model
Okay.
stream, and he's just somehow not
So, like,
audible. on the
That's
stream.
true.
the issue is that they absolutely have cardioid mics that aren't designed to do that shit.
She's also
Like-
streaming on an iPad, just an iPad.
Like even when they're doing the stream, like in the actual radio room, like
Yeah.
the mics don't work for him not getting picked up. He would absolutely get picked up.
Well, you see, the Yamabuki family has the power to control who can and cannot hear their voice.
He's
over the
directing his
airwaves.
sound waves in a way they only reach her and nowhere else.
One of the things that does, I think, get lost, like, subtitle-wise, is that, like, anytime he mentions himself, he does just full-on say Yamabuki, which I think adds so much more to it, because he's so clearly talking about, like, the family name in addition to himself,
Mhm.
and, like, obviously subtitling, it's not going to translate like that. It's going to come off as him being, like, me, but you hear him say Yamabuki every time. I just get a kick out of that. But yeah, we have our results in.
Actually, I don't think I actually voted. Hold on.
We have almost all of the results, and I have good news for you. It won't matter.
Yeah, but I
But
gotta be
you should
completionist,
you
know?
should do it either way because you should.
It's important.
Okay, this
for,
is the
like,
first
number.
time in a while that I haven't been able to figure out whose name is whose.
Like I know my own. I closed the thing so I don't get to see
I mean,
everyone else.
that is fucking. You're correct, Mason. I have no idea how. This is how I used to feel when like I used to track who
Okay, there we go.
slayed.
We're good.
I used to track who slayed what shows, and like I would have to literally go, okay, who's fucking who?
It's exhausting.
I was like, who's fucking who on this voting sheet? I don't know. I'm like,
I'm
I
just saying,
cannot.
I'm straight, guys. I'm not fucking anybody.
True.
You
Wait,
don't have wait.
wait.
Straight people
What?
do that too.
Also,
No.
Yeah.
wait.
No,
No, straight people aren't
no.
people. That's what he's saying.
Ah.
No, yeah,
Oh.
that's true. That's true.
Well-known allies on this podcast. So shows that have full saves: Sentence,
no.
Journal, Polar Opposites.
Fuck off.
Shows that have one slay: Fate. Shows that have completely 5 slays: Tamon's and Midnight Heart. How
Who
could
could
this
have
have
seen
ever
this vote
happened?
coming? Guys,
I don't,
my
yeah,
show.
okay, wait, hold on. We
I
gotta
was
wheel. We gotta
so
wheel these 2 shows to know who
confident.
goes off first.
Sure, we can do that.
Why?
Oh,
Sure.
shit, yeah, you're right. I got you.
That way, when I do the stat for the season, I know which order to place them.
It's true. It's
Exactly.
true.
How I
Good point,
usually
good
do it.
This
How
is
I usually
important.
do it is who has the most amount. So if they are tied, I do need to know.
See, and that works because I already have Tamon Kun on the wheel
What?
from last week.
That's right. It did survive.
Ah,
last
true.
Or last,
2 weeks.
because it was 2 weeks
And
ago. 'Cause it was
Kunan.
Tamon and Kunan. All right.
Let's go. Hold on 1 second.
All right. So when it lands on dots
Yep.
first.
You know what show we shouldn't have had to watch the 9th episode for? Yeah, I mean, that checks out.
Yeah, no, that tracks. That tracks.
Amber,
I would
Yeah,
agree.
NTR can't prevail.
fucking Amber weighing the wheel.
As long as I don't watch the wheel, I can't see the outcome, and therefore, if it weighs in my favor.
I
So
didn't
that's
make
how
a
that
joke.
works.
I didn't make a joke about it. Well, actually, no. Like I knew in my heart that I would be picked again on the wheel.
Can't
True.
escape. Can't escape. So next week we have the real tough call here. Because like legitimately
Which action show is getting shot?
yeah, like legitimately there will probably be an actual conversation here. Depending on what happens for these episode 10s and 9 for Fate. The good news is that everything will line up so that by the time we podcast next week,
Things should be
so
released.
we will watch episode 10. As we are talking about 10, 11 will be out for Polar. Which then means as we approach the next week, I mean it'll be no, I actually do think it'll come out the day we're supposed to podcast, right? The last
Yes.
episode.
Yeah, we'll want 2 weeks.
I mean that
Do the 12th or whatever, like whenever we can that like
yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, because 29th. Well, no, it would be we podcast next week on the 22nd, and then
Yes,
So
it would come out
the
on the
5th?
29th, so
on
the
29th.
5th
So
would be.
you could do the 5th, if that day works,
Yeah.
or reasonably there is an argument of like all you would have to watch is Polar Opposites, but the dub might not be out, right? So
We're talking about for
the finale,
which day?
the finale.
Well,
If we're
so
trying to do
the
the
thought as
29th.
well is
I am
well,
Give-
no,
give
Fate
your
should be out. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
29th is Amber's birthday, and if I do
Yeah.
not spend time with her, I will be shot.
ooh, good point.
Yeah.
So like the real argument here also is that you do the 2 weeks to have time to watch everything without having to cram it.
Yeah.
So like you get a little.
John,
Because a
you
lot of these
are-
shows will have
Podcast
a
from the
lot of
B&B
episodes.
Austin. Let's go.
Yeah, we are. It's a hotel. We are podcasting from the hotel.
Podcasting with the Simmons brothers,
Is that
baby.
the
With the
5th?
Simmons. Yeah, with the Simmons. I mean, we can. It's not like we can't do it.
Oh, actually,
but
Austin, if it's the 5th on Sunday, when are you flying out that day? Because that would affect it too.
I fly out on the 6th.
Oh, sweet. Us too. Cool.
Cool.
From the
We
from the
are
hotel,
cramming-
baby.
We are cramming 6 people in that hotel room.
I mean, this will be throwback to the season where we had 2 podcast groups in like an episode, and one of the episodes was done from fucking Nathan's family's condo in North Carolina. So it's
So,
just
Austin,
us.
I heard if you get close enough to Jamie Boyd, you can rub off on his spreads.
It's
Uh,
literally just 3 of us all on one camera on a couch.
yeah, sure.
But that'll be it for this week. And next week we will decide our top 3, and then we will get ready to do that. And then so long as the world allows it, we're going to have the craziest next season ever. Nobody is ready
I
for
have
this.
to look at what's.
No,
I have to
Mason.
look at what's on
No,
next
Mason, you
season.
don't. You know what you're picking. There's no need to
Oh.
pretend. I know you have to get a second show, but that's not the problem.
I
That
forget
can be
what-
anything.
I forget what my next.
It's Witch Hat.
It's Witch Hat, Mason.
It's Witch
Oh
Hat.
yeah,
Shadow
it's Witch
Atelier
Hat.
is
Yeah,
part of
Witch
next
Hat.
Hey, and hey, I'm gonna be the
Yeah.
guy who says it right now. I'm gonna fucking do the handshake on the podcast. You gave me polar opposites. Everybody gave me polar opposites. I also got some Ricard died. I'm not gonna fucking take Witch Hat from you. Don't worry. I have no intention.
Okay, I know Austin and I will fight about that because Austin and I have both read it, but like
Yes.
I'm also I'm also
I'm fine with-
John's getting ready to get shot next season.
The thing is, that, like,
John,
I will give you Witch Hat
swear to fucking God.
if my two other shows aren't both taken before it.
I'm just here. On
And
the
I
podcast,
and
guys.
I
don't know
have
why
I
we're
think
doing
I've made it
me.
I think I've made it clear to Michael. I know what Michael wants. I don't plan to take it. But if like
I want it and I need it now.
if like the show picking order is me, John, Michael, I might have to take it so that either
Okay,
me
what-
or
what-
Michael
what's-
gets it.
What's the most fucked up like pick order that we could possibly have?
John first.
John first.
John first,
John-
actually.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
you're
matter
right.
John
anything
first for
else,
two
John
reasons.
first.
One, I don't watch fucking previews. That's some baby shit.
Michael,
Two, I'm gonna pick the good looking shows, and it's probably gonna be one of the ones you guys want, and someone's gonna be upset at me.
Michael and Mason picking last is really bad this season
It's really funny though.
Yes.
Yeah.
because they both have
Essentially,
shows
the big
they
thing is
really
there
want.
are 3 manga adaptations happening on manga that we have talked extensively about on this podcast.
Okay. So
There's actually
Oh,
there's actually 4, but only Michael and I
There's
have
another
read.
one.
okay.
Yes.
So I think it's I think
There's
worst
another
case
one.
that's coming out.
is
Another
exactly
one.
John first.
Oh my god, Demons of the
Uh,
Shadow Realms also fucking
probably-
happening. 'Cause it's not
Yeah,
one.
that's the other one.
That's not one we've
John
talked
sec-
about a lot much.
John
but-
I really
second,
like I
me
kidnapped one of your
third,
family members when he said John first.
Mason
What the
fourth,
fuck, guys?
and then Michael fifth, I think.
Yeah, because
Not
I
even then, I go 5th. I pick Need a Girl Overdose, and I force you guys to watch that.
Actually, unironically, I might pick that
So-
because Amber wants to watch it.
So,
Is this one of those
so
things like
the real question,
it looks like it's gonna be nothing like the game, so I don't know why I would watch it.
Could be interesting.
the
though.
real question we have to ask is JoJo's being allowed because you don't need any prior knowledge?
I mean, I would allow you to do it. There is a really strong argument. There are enough other shows here that we don't need to.
Oh, for sure.
Like this season's
But also-
crazy.
But also, if it releases the way
But
Stone
also-
Ocean did, it'll be impossible to do it for podcasts because Stone
Yeah,
Ocean
no,
released
for sure.
I think
really
I
stupid.
think it starts early enough that we'll know. Before.
Because Stone Ocean
Um,
didn't Stone, or did Stone Ocean just do the 13 batch and they just do that 3 years in a row because it was being silly?
Yeah, that's how they did it. Was they did the 3-year batch of a season at a time.
And they
mean,
just full.
I don't
Full
know
dump it.
about. I don't know about this, but also the reason I ask is because Steel Ball Run is widely regarded as one of the best mangas ever made.
Yeah, and it's by far the best JoJo part from like every person who's read all of them.
I mean, I will include it on. I plan to include it on the list because my understanding is that technically you can get away with it, right? Like it's not one where you need
Yeah.
Yes.
like. So I would
it is
consider it in the
after
same.
Like this one
recent-
very clearly doesn't. This is like one of the few parts that doesn't actually need
Yeah,
preemptive knowledge.
I will include it in the same way that I included Fate here, and like.
I have never enjoyed watching JoJo.
But this,
Okay, but
but this,
horse
this
racing
one
with
is horse racing with
Jesus.
Jesus. This is the wacky races.
Jesus.
Oh.
Are you a wacky racist
Filthy
fan?
acts at a reasonable price.
What's crazy is that like, if we put JoJo on, there's really high chance it's in second batch picks.
I mean,
Yeah.
or wheel.
I think it will actually just be. It actually will be, honestly.
Look, Michael and I went through this list, and him and I could think of literally 13 shows we want to pick ourselves, not counting JoJo. So like,
Damn, I can't believe you have. I can't believe you have Rent a Girlfriend season 5 on there, but you just left it off.
but for manga adaptations of things, has anyone in our group actually read Damon's?
No.
We just all
Oh,
know.
marriage toxin. Fuck.
Yes, no, yeah. So the
Right?
one.
So if we're
Right.
talking about the three, it's Akane Banashi, Marriage Toxin, and Witch Hat were the three I was immediately
Oh,
thinking of.
Akane Banashi too?
Yes.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And
Yes.
then
This is
kill
nuts. Yeah,
kill
you're right.
and then Kill Blue is also here, but that's like a me and
Oh
Michael
yeah, I
thing.
forgot.
And, yes,
Shit.
But like we also
That's
cared
like-
notably less about that than the other than Marriage Toxin and Akane Banashi.
And then in
Yeah.
addition to it, I mentioned it to Austin. I think I mentioned it on the podcast. The other series from the Polar Opposites author that ran before
Ramparts of
Polar
Ice.
Opposites, yeah, Ramparts of Ice is also this season. So like, you have so much shit here.
Then also a production IG something.
Which one is that?
Is it
That's
lagging?
the
No.
It's Hidari Kiri no
that's the one that's like
Aaron the Southpaw.
Oh.
Okay, thank you for clawing my leg off, Kohaku.
We also get a Wit Studio
You're
show.
doing
We
good,
get a
buddy.
Madhouse show.
Guys,
yeah.
look. Cat
Um,
2.
cat.
Cat 2.
We got Rooster Fighter.
Cat. Say hi, Cat.
Rooster
Yeah,
Fighter?
He blends in.
I
Look
like
at him.
to-
Rooster
We got
Fighter's gonna
Flyer
be
Game?
awesome.
Um,
Like this
guy.
season is bonkers.
Hi, Stinker. You scratched the
Yeah.
shit out of my leg, buddy. You know that, right?
Yeah, the Madhouse
I've
of
seen-
Romance,
I've
100
seen-
Scenes of Ojima.
Say
I've
something.
seen the Agents of Four
Talk to him.
Seasons like light novel, but I've never, but like at Barnes and Noble, but I never
Aw.
picked it up.
Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy.
I've been, like-
Also, Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King looks like it's going to be adorable.
Kohaku, say something.
yeah,
I
Agents
also have
is
this, like,
Agents
oh,
is
he's
being done
shy.
by Agents is being done
Wish I
by
could- look at
Wit.
him. Look at this guy.
We also have like OLM. Like this is actually going to be a season where the wheel show is actually.
Real talk, are
going
we
to
off air
be-
yet or no?
Like actually just straight
No,
up
we're
might
not
be a
yet.
contender.
Okay, just want to make
Um,
sure. Hi, Cat.
and-
There's still going to be 4
and-
shows people talk about on Twitter that we giga miss because they're like the greatest thing ever
Yeah.
created.
And Mao is
No,
also
great.
we're gonna pick everything perfectly, and
Mal-
nothing. Is
There's like a
gonna-
romance this season that was like apparently god tier that we just did not.
yeah.
pick.
Mao is also here, which is I believe the last manga from Rumiko Takahashi that has not been adapted yet. For like her big ones.
Which one?
If
Which
I
one
understand, this season our really
No.
big miss was no one picking Shiba Yugi. Because Shiba Yugi, from what I understand, has been pretty solid.
What do you
Oh, that's
mean?
the Death Games.
Yes, the girl, yeah,
I
Death Games
thought about
put food on the
it.
table.
I just wish the eyes. I just wish the face looked better. Looked
That's fair.
differently from the TV, because I would have picked it if not for that.
No.
Yeah.
Kohaku, what are you doing?
And, the
And even then, that one seems like it didn't end up with like a crazy good score. But like I've heard that's one of the ones people have been enjoying relatively.
That's a special. I don't know what that is. I'm just double checking some of the ones that are. What is Release the Witch? Interesting. I'm looking at our OVA at our OVA list because sometimes stuff sneaks its way in there that are.
And also this season we had MF Ghost season 3. Which is maybe peak
right?
or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and then again, also the sequels are crazy for this coming season as well. Still, like, but yeah. I ended stream. We're good.